Shit. Password. Don't know it. I can use my pass key. Too many passwords to remember them all. These pass keys. Cutting on a dirty ass tree. It ain't a big tree, big oak tree. Oh man. Tomorrow's just gonna be a short day. Trim a tree. My landscaping job is no work. Yep, it's because they do. I'm the best employee they have. All the other employees suck, so they don't get much sales. Not many people talk about their work, right? And pass on their information. It's like, oh yeah, look at you. Oh yeah, you did a good job, man. You're like, oh, fuck, really did this? Oh yeah, because us never listen. Dude, you gotta do it this way. You gotta do it this way. You gotta put more effort in. We don't know. This is good. This is good. Yeah, this is good. They'll like this. Like, no, they won't, dude. What the fuck? It looks like shit. Okay, my fucking. You shut your mouth. Wie staat die man? Niemand shut your mouth. Middle party man. Bumbleclat, we get the pussy and me fuck like real man. That's me. That's me. Definitely. Alright, let's see what we missed here. Damn it, see if it is up. Ass in my car. Ass in my car. She put her ass in my car. Stop, please. In 4K? I'm pretty sure those cameras aren't 4K. I'm pretty sure the fucking Walmart cameras aren't 4K. It's gonna do anything. It claims it's unguided, but you never know if he's actually watching a fucking video or what. Not for bail, it's informed Canada. Yeah, but too late. You already got fucking arrested. Third person arrested in murder victim. Holy fuck, this girl? Woman dead after officer involved shooting during Calgary stuff. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. The RuneScape CEO. The CEO of RuneScape. Fastest power clip ever. Did anybody watch that? Huh. Oh, now it's highlighted. What the fuck? It wasn't highlighted before.
Hello and welcome
Dude,
back
come
to
on, dude.
Behemoth.
That's a crazy glitch. So you get double the viewership off of people?
Impossible up until now.
Dude, let's pause, dude. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? What the fuck? He's never once made that face in a bit. Bring me the Horizon song. Fuck are these middle-aged? These guys don't listen to Ben for praying in Skyrim. Violent PK video, fire destruction, motherfucker. Addiction. What did he escape before? Is gambler, wasn't he? Yeah, he said he was a gambler. Apparently.
What jobs have you done before you're a full-time streamer? First job I ever had, I worked
you got a Coke sponsor, holy.
then got promoted there to projectionist back when movies were
You got a
still on
Coca-Cola,
film.
Diet Coca-Cola
I used to thread
fucking
film through
sponsor?
projectors.
Holy,
Then I
that's
worked
massive.
at a restaurant called Taco Bill, not Taco Bell.
Taco Bill?
Then I got a job at a
thought you were a gambler.
nightclub as a bartender. Then got promoted there to a bar manager.
Oh,
then I moved cities. After I moved, I was a Domino's delivery driver for one shift.
Oh, he wasn't a gambler before then. Okay.
After that one shift, I quit because the money sucked. Then I worked at a Nando's as a shift supervisor. Then I got another job at a different nightclub and became the venue manager there. And then
we are
that's
back.
the
Looks like
last
he got
job
fired a
before
lot.
I started streaming.
Just
Well,
reached
I
level
started streaming
6.
before I quit my job, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
but that's the last job before I went full time.
Damn, dude. I guess he got fired fucking. I guess he got fired from all those jobs. Holy night. Why the rebuild? With the shop? Oh. What the fuck's wrong with this camera, dog? Shit. Oh, well, fuck it. Okay, what do we do? And legs, what the fuck? Legs is way over, bud. Uh-huh. You don't need Slayer or Prayer. Huh. So it's 1 to 15? Holy. No fucking good videos, man. It's the same. Over and fucking over, just recycling itself. It's my weed delivery. Come on, hurry the fuck up. Oh, is that it? Wow, as soon as I put it on my phone, 15 minutes, baby. Oh, you guys can't see. Nice. So that means like half an hour is usually really far off. Yeah, so I can't fucking raid then if it's coming in 15 minutes. Go and bring it to my door. Finally over. Oh. Yeah, it's not been fucking good, man. I don't know. Because there's so many more RuneScape videos, but you just don't see them because YouTube doesn't push them to anybody. I'm gonna try to watch the police video here. I guess before. These cameras so fucking shitty today. Looks like it's so blurry. Back, Nate. Nice, dude. About time, dude. Fuck you been? Where the fuck you been, man? That you died. It's not 4K, dude.
You lost your keys, got flustered, and it was unintentional. It was a mistake.
Yes.
Nothing was intentional.
Yes, I am a detective.
Okay, grabs a receipt. Why is she grabbing a bag? Something weird's going on.
On October 6th, 2025, at a Walmart in Show Low, Arizona,
Nobody's even calling out.
Loss Prevention reported that a woman in uniform was acting suspiciously, placing items inside a tote and attempting to leave without paying. When officers arrived, they immediately recognized her as Sergeant Melissa Ward of the White Mountain Apache Police Department. She insisted it was all a mistake, but the cameras told a very different story.
Oh, it's a 4K, dude. What the fuck?
What's going on right now?
Hey, Butler.
Melissa, how you doing?
She got totes. I saw her in totes grabbing them, and since it's such a big issue with them, I started following her. Every single item she got, she opened the tote, put it in, and closed it every single time. And then when she got to the front end, the only thing she purchased was the tote. And then she tried, before she even bought the tote, she went to the GM exit, was stopped there by the doorhouse, went back, went to customer service, then went back, purchased the tote, and then went through grocery. So it's kind of where we're at right now.
Can you send me that video?
Yeah, it's through.
We'll see. He's gonna chat with you and stuff. Were you just getting off?
You know, the
work and
cops,
stuff?
the sergeant gets fucking.
Getting stuff for PD for the. I lost my keys.
Oh.
So I was gonna ask the lady at the front if she could come
Okay.
while I go out to the
And
parking
then I
lot to
don't
get
know
my keys.
Get your keys and stuff.
Why do you need your keys, though, if you're inside a store?
Okay. Yeah, and he'll chat with you about it.
How'd you lock your fucking car door if your keys are in the car?
Professional courtesy, I'm not putting you in handcuffs, but we're gonna take you to a car, put you in the back. I'm gonna take your bag and just make sure you have nothing on you, okay? Fair enough?
And then we'll chat down at the PD and stuff, okay? We're gonna walk around here real quick. So she's got her patrol car here.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have you sit back here, and then I'm gonna read your rights and interview, okay? I heard her telling you.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, let's double check with Miles, because she was trying to claim that she was
Go
gonna
low
intercept
police.
somebody at the front to watch her car so she can go back out to her car because she can't find her keys.
Why was she stuffing it in the back?
Yeah, why would she need her fucking keys, dude?
That's another thing too. We'll search the bag and see if she has her keys or not. But as we pulled in,
Oh, you're
we see
lying,
her
dude.
patrol car chilling. Yeah. So she came here, just got off work, came here.
Came up here and started stealing.
You had right to have one appoint to you. Prior question, do you understand his rights?
Just got off work and you're already stealing.
So what
Holy.
happened here? And just be straight with me. I mean, we all make mistakes.
I'm looking for my keys. So what ended up happening was I went over. I'm supposed to get 2 totes. So I ended up grabbing 1 tote and I put some stuff in there and then I got a phone call.
Isn't it a storage box or storage container, not tote? Isn't a tote a bag?
So I was just getting ready to leave, but I thought I could go to the front and ask for my keys. There's a lady that's usually right here. She's pretty good about letting somebody like park your cart and then go. I went in and I got one of the totes because I need to get candy for the department, and then I was going to put the other stuff in that tote it's my personal stuff that I'm going to buy for today. So I couldn't fit the other tote in there because there's 2 lids. There's only 1 tote, right? I paid for the tote.
I can go. Did you see the video at all yet?
No, do you want to just confirm?
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch.
So the tote you have, how come you were putting it aside and then putting a lid on it?
Because I'm going to fit another tote in there with candy, if that makes any sense. It just fits side by side.
I just want to see the video because she's telling us something, and I want to make sure that what she's trying to tell us doesn't match up.
Watching her on the video.
Yeah.
For when she was in the front end, yeah.
That Chuck.
Yeah, that has that 4K. What the fuck,
She went
dude?
through there, she had her phone.
That's not even 1K, dude.
Then she cuts around the corner, goes over to Clint at door 2.
How the fuck is that 4K? Those guys are fucking
Clint
idiots,
talks to
dude.
her, she turns around, she goes to customer service. She waits in line.
I can't even record it because the video won't even get fucking in trouble anyways, because this guy makes YouTube way too much money. If you make YouTube over a certain threshold of money, you're immune to fucking a lot of, like 90% of the rules. White Widow Supreme, man. We're back. Nate's back. About time. He's gone already. Back and gone already.
Rolls up, says a couple words to Kimberly, the team lead.
Kimberly?
Turns out, heads back to door 2.
Who the fuck names a kid Kimberly?
Again, circles back around.
But you're not sure if it's a Jim or a Kimberly?
Up through the self-check, turns around, gets in line.
That's not 4K, dude. What the fuck? It's nowhere near 4K.
That self-check 5 she scans the tote, just the tote. Doesn't open anything, scans the tote, just the tote. Gets her receipt, heads out, goes right past the door host on 1, and she's passed everything, she's passed the scan.
Yeah.
And that's when we stop her and
Okay.
say, hey, what did you do?
So, because she's claiming that she was trying to find someone to watch her cart because she didn't know where, but that doesn't explain why she would then try to push out the merchandise.
So you said you came here and you're buying it for the department?
Yes.
What were you buying for the department?
Candy.
For what?
It's the trunk or treats.
Your department paid for that?
Yes, they gave me $500.
And you're telling me just make sure it's clear because you had a family member
$500 for candy?
lost your keys, got flustered, and it was unintentional. It was a mistake.
Yes.
Nothing was intentional.
Yes, I am a detective.
Okay.
No, this is not
Okay.
my intention.
And so that's your bag, your personal bag?
Yes.
So do you have any problem if I look there, make sure there are no keys or nothing in there?
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
And you have no keys on you?
No.
And so that way I'm gonna sort it out because obviously.
You can
if
tell by
it's
how
truly
scared
a
she's
mistake, the last
looking.
thing I want you to do is in our
No,
car.
me too.
Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me try to figure this out, and that's why I want to respect you and put you here so you're not in front of everybody out there.
No, I'm feeling already embarrassed.
I know.
That was not my
Okay.
intention.
Okay, just hang tight for me, okay?
Thank you.
Did she say any reason why she was like stuffing it at all?
Like she told me because she had 2 totes, and so with the 2 totes, I took all the cards.
What a cheap. So she got $500 in the department to buy candy. Yes, he doesn't want to talk. It's $500.
Purchasing one tote.
Oh, look at $500 for candy is fucking extremely fucking.
So we can put her, if we want, we can put her back.
Ah,
in here.
great, or great, or whatever the fucking word is.
Okay, just to make sure.
Hey, real quick question. I was talking to the officer, and when you went through there, you did pay for one of the totes. How come you only paid for one and none of the stuff in there?
Well, because I was like I said, I got a phone call. I was flustered.
So you got a phone call when you're checking out, or when?
No, I got it on my way out.
So after you checked out.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so.
Well, no.
Yeah, you can tell she's lying.
I got a phone call a little bit earlier than that, on my way out the other side. I forgot that there was other items in there, and like I said, like in my mind thinking, okay, I gotta go look for my keys to get out of here.
Okay. Okay, hang tight. We're just gonna check the video, okay?
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we can
Right.
clearly refute what she's trying to tell us.
She's gonna fight this. Like, I
Oh
understand
yeah,
she's
I mean, I get
She
it.
has to fight this because she wants to keep her certification.
So, right, so under our criteria, this is,
She's already staged the tote.
yeah, so
I wish I could make clickbait videos like this. Caught it for. This is not 4 fucking K. This is nowhere near 4K.
This is confusing to me. She grabs a bag and sticks it in there, and then she never does anything with it.
My man, is she planning to like go try to do returns on the merchandise with the bag? Like, what is the
Maybe.
plan here? Something weird's going on. Okay, all right, she's full of it.
Yeah, we're thinking so.
So she picks out a bunch of stuff. She keeps putting one item in the tote, closes.
Oh,
the
those guys are
lid,
right by the
makes it a
fucking door. That's smart,
makes
dude.
Customer service. At no point did she leave the cart or attempt to leave the merchandise. She has the tote staged in the cart. She goes up to the self-checkout, scans the tote, takes the receipt, grabs an empty Walmart bag, and then proceeds right past everything to come out the doors. And that's when they stop her. The tote was like this.
Was there any candy items? Nope. That don't make sense because didn't she say she came to buy candy for the PD?
She's just trying to play on her emotions with the trunk or treat thing. She's lying. One tote, 2 lids, and then the empty bag. I'm thinking she grabbed the bag to try to probably stage it as legitimate if she got stopped, would be my guess.
Yeah. Everything I've seen, obviously, I just work in Walmart, but everything I've seen, she was super nervous.
Yeah.
And I recognize her, and I swear I've seen her on camera doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, let us know too if you do see anything else.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell
Would you like her trespass on top of this too?
No,
or-
it's her first one, so.
My thought.
It's her
go
first
back to
one,
the
but we've seen her a
interview,
lot.
just straight
What
up
the
lay it
fuck?
out. Say, listen, the difference between you getting booked into jail today and getting cited for shoplifting is you telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because I think if she wants to continue to lie about it, we also charge her false reporting, dude. Like, because I mean, what's the reason? Why lie at this point?
My issue is her doing this makes all of us look bad, so it's kind of BS.
I think if she's willing to tell the truth, we consider that option.
How is that
But I
fucking?
think if she wants to try to dig in her heels and stick with her BS story, then dude, no, we're not playing.
Call us here, call supervisor, you need to pick up cards at Walmart.
Yeah, I'm game for that.
That's my feeling.
I think it's a good strategy. I really do. Let's do it. It was a personal bag, right?
Yeah, it's all her personal, yeah.
Crap, well, belongs to the White Mountain.
What is that?
C10 Pro, dude.
IR scanner. You know? What's an IR scanner?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Pretty high tense there.
It's a camera detector, like for detecting surveillance cameras.
Oh. What is that thing? Detecting surveillance cameras. Like,
yeah, or
Walmart
bugs like
cameras?
RF frequency stuff.
Kind of weird.
That's
Yeah.
the bag that she took with, I bet you.
I couldn't hear her super good, but she said she claimed. Oh, she got lost.
Oh, nice, dude.
She's probably been doing this a while.
Well, and so Miles said he swear he has seen her before.
Which I'd be interested if he goes back and finds anything else.
Dude, you know he will.
Yeah. Captain Steele's calling.
Oh, nice.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna tell you, after going in there, went to a video and saw the video on that, and I was just seeing where, you know, each time going through there, concealing the items, and then you, why did you grab an extra Walmart bag when you checked out?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, even in your bag, you got a bunch of empty Walmart bags.
Those are for poop, for my Belgian melon.
So you keep them when you buy, but you don't recall grabbing one today? Okay. Well, and then initially you told me you came here because of trunk or treat.
Yes.
Well, you take fucking steal. You take all the fucking.
Well,
You
yeah,
go to
so
Walmart
I
and just
can
grab
do
a whole
my
bunch of
stuff
extra
and then
bags instead of
throw it
buying
in
dog
that
shit
stuff because
bags.
it's really heavy to carry in a tote.
It just doesn't look good, the whole thing, but I just asked you to be honest, because here's the situation here. Video's here, the other officers reviewed it, and said, that's why I'm asking you to be honest. You were both officers, so...
No, that was not my intention.
So you never had attention, you're saying it's totally accidental?
Yes.
All right, hang tight for me.
Do you mind if I talk to you?
Jump in, yeah. She's already been Mirandized.
So, here's the situation. Obviously, you know why we're over here?
Yes, I do.
Yep. So why were the items inside of the tote?
Like I said, I have 2 separate totes. I was going to do one for the candy and then one for my personal stuff. I was on my way home.
Now we told her, professional curse. She's not even a cuss. We don't do that to no one else.
And when were you going to get
Yeah,
the
why
candy?
is she not in cuffs, dude?
I was going to get them
That's
probably at the
fucking
same time.
privileged.
I was going around to make... Candy usually melts. I didn't want to put it in my car right away.
I believe that you're looking for your keys. But here's the deal. You did a crime today.
I know, it doesn't look good.
No, it's illegal. It's not that it doesn't look good. It's shoplifting.
That was not my intention.
I'm not
I
asking
just
you
got
what your
a phone
intention
call.
was.
I know.
Okay?
I know. I got
I'm
a
not
phone
saying
call.
when you got here you planned to steal stuff.
No.
I'm not saying that.
What's the boss's number? You want to call him, give him a rundown? What's his number?
Oh, I'll give you his word for it now since we're...
Yeah.
Construction crew walking in perfect units they are, dude.
For right now since we're...
Holy shit, that team probably gets along really good, dude. Look at that, dude.
Yeah. You're a certified peace officer, correct?
Yes.
If I lost my keys, what are the keys for?
My car, my unit.
Yeah. So if I lost my keys for my unit, I would leave my merchandise and go.
Yeah,
find
why
it
don't you go
because
back
it's
to the
kind of
car and
important.
look?
Especially you said your weapons in there, correct?
Yes.
So why go through self-checkout, purchase the tote, and then try to leave the store?
No.
Hey, how's it going? We're...
The whole department just checks him? Oh, fucking. She's sucking and fucking. Sucking and fucking. Sucking and fucking. There's the other company. He's 13 cops. He's 13 every day. He's 13 every day on me. You're called the motion, man. You're busy. I'm calling you. Pussy black team, man. She's sucking on the daily. Now she's the president of the company. She's sucking and fucking. She's sucking and fucking just for promotion. Sucking and fucking. Sucking and fucking. She's sucking and fucking just for the promotion. She's the CEO. Now she's the president. Damn. She started as a janitor. Sucked her way up.
Chatting with her if you just give us
Sucking
a
and
couple
fucking.
minutes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Sucking and
can we
fucking.
talk over here real quick? You're her captain, right?
Yes,
Is
I'm
that
the
what you're captain? So they have her on video, and it looks pretty clear that she was concealing items into a tote.
They've been watching you. I watched the surveillance video. You look like a thief. I'm gonna be honest with you. You look like a shoplifter on the video. I've watched a lot of shoplifters on video. You look like a shoplifter.
Okay, that's not good then.
It's not.
My weed's here. Be back, Chads. Seek while it's time. I didn't seek. Where the fuck you at, bitch? Come on, man. Like, fuck. Where the fuck's this shit, dude? I'm so sick and tired of this fucking bullshit. Where the fuck's my wallet at, man? These games are fucking hide and seeky. The fucking end, man. I'm 33 years old playing fucking hide and seek. Fuck. Shit, fuck! Where the fuck's my wallet, man? This ain't no fucking game, man. What the fuck, man? I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit, man. Where the fuck's my bullshit ass fucking wallet, dude? It's gone now? Really? It's gone now. Fuck! You're fucking right now. It's fucking fighting on me. Fucking bullshit. Fucking Fuck with the bullshit. Give me a full clip. Stick to the bullshit. Give me a full clip, man. Stick to the bullshit, man. Give me a full clip, man. Stick to the bullshit, man. Give me a full clip, man. Stick to the bullshit, man. Give me a full clip, man. Oh yeah, baby. The White Widows, baby. Oh. Okay. Okay, man. Oh, my asshole feels like it's on fucking fire, dude. Holy shit, dude. Feels like I got like asshole fucking rash or something, dude.
Dealing probable cause, right? What's probable? Let me ask you. You have this call right now. Take your
I'm
profession
gonna shave my
out of it.
asshole so it
What's
doesn't
probable?
fucking. Holy fuck.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you what's probable.
I guess what it looks like.
What does it look like?
It looks like shoplifting.
It does.
What a day.
All right, sit tight.
Yeah, that's not cuffed. That's no fair.
Saying she did need to buy a tote.
Cool. Well, she also shoplifted.
Yeah, that's what I told
So,
her.
problem is that
Yeah.
she's given us 7 different stories about what she was doing and how she was trying to get that accomplished.
Yeah.
And Asset Protection watched her load a tote with personal items,
Yeah.
1 item at a time, close the lid every time. She had ample opportunities to stop and leave her
Yeah.
cart with someone. She
Yep.
decided instead to purchase only the tote that was
Yeah.
full of the items
Yeah.
and then attempt to leave the store without stopping to talk to anybody
Yeah.
before she was confronted by Asset
So it's like, so yeah, why is she under arrest?
No, she's saying she still doesn't know where that is. But we also haven't dug through her pockets or anything like that. But I mean,
Why
she
not?
did
You put it in the
shoplift,
back of the
so
fucking
that's
police
where we're
car. What
at
the? Isn't that
today.
fucking protocol to fucking search them before you put them in the back of the police car? It's fucking unfair
Because at the
treatment,
very
dude.
least, she's getting charged for shoplifting.
She doesn't have, she's
So,
not cuffed in the back of the car. She wasn't searched.
Make sure it was okay. He said it's okay if you want to see the video. So that
Oh,
way you
okay.
understand what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
By now, officers had reviewed the footage, heard her story, and
I
felt
know,
confident
White
they
Widow, baby.
understood what happened. But before making any decisions, they wanted her own captain to see the video for herself. But when they stepped back into Walmart, they were met with new information.
Hey, can you show us that video again real quick?
So I'm pretty sure I found her doing it. I think I found her doing it again.
Hey, we found her doing it another time, not
So
this one.
there's another one. This one's gonna take a lot longer.
So you found another one too?
Yeah, so I found another one. This one's the most concerning because I gotta make sure that she didn't pay for any of this stuff. I don't want to say anything out of turn, but
Sure, yeah, no,
she
I
has a
get it.
tote with a bunch of stuff around it. One of my associates actually does their job for once and takes the top of the tote off.
Holy cow.
Yeah, there's
Loaded,
sets,
holy.
some Lego sets. So that's all inside of there. I want to make sure that she didn't have any.
Fuck, she
pay for this
packed.
already.
She filled it up.
But that's pretty suspicious in our line of work.
Give me the dates on today's, the what, the
Yeah.
6th?
Today is the 6th, the 30th,
9:30,
and then the big one was going to be 8/27,
8:27.
if that is what we see.
And she looks like she.
Yeah, so she puts it back on without. No, she got her back, that same. Maybe it's that backpack she carries always, but.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
like her purse or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one, the 30th, she has like her hair tight. She has her looks like work
Looks like
boots on.
yeah, work boots on there. So on the 9:30 in uniform and today in uniform, and her patrol vehicle's out there now. So, like I told you, being honest, straight with me, and I'm gonna be straight with you right now.
Okay.
So after loss prevention saw you this little time, he found 2 other days where you're filling it with the toys, filling another one with the candy. So if it's truly those 3, then they want to book you in for a felony for the value in that, because the one with all the toys that you didn't pay for, the other time when you came in, so they have 3 videos they're pulling right now
Dumb girl.
showing the 10. That's why I asked you to be honest. Just I'll give you opportunity. So we're human.
Yeah, she got
We make
addicted to
mistakes.
stealing.
And did you do it or not? I mean, that's why I said it doesn't look good, especially you being an officer if you're lying to me. But straight, I made a mistake. I did this. Tell me.
Oh, she's a
That's all I'm
sergeant,
asking.
dude. Holy.
So is that something you commonly do and just
No, I wasn't trying to take anything today.
today?
No.
But you have in the past.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's all I'm asking. Be honest with me, because that's the worst thing is when I see those videos and then you're telling me today. You know what I mean? So in the past you did, but today was truly an accident.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Okay.
Well, you got
That's what I'm
caught
trying to
today
work
if it was
with
an
you. I
accident.
just don't unhandcuffs. I'm not doing that. I would expect you to do the same to me if you dealt with me. Okay.
Yes.
So
That's not fair, dude. Put her in handcuffs. If a teenager fucking steals, you put them in handcuffs.
They showed me 2 other videos.
She's a grown fucking lady with a fucking good paying job.
She's like, today was not intentional. I said, so are you telling me you never stole here? She's like, I have stole here.
I'll help you bring.
Yeah. but not today.
But it'll give Miles some time to give us the evidence. But
He told me within. He told me. I gave my number. I said, so you have an answer within an hour. He said within an hour. And just to tell you.
Oh, those
what's
LPs
going
or
on,
those
I'm
loss
not here.
prevention guys
I
are
said,
good, dude.
After reviewing that video, I
Oh,
realized
there.
you lied to me. I said, have you stole? She's like, yeah, I have stole here.
Yeah.
But today wasn't intentional. So we're gonna discuss it with our boss. Go back to see if we're gonna do the long form.
It'll be nice to do a long form so she can come in tomorrow and place her on leave or something.
Place her on fucking leave. What the hell? Suspend her.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Appreciate it, Captain.
Hey, Melissa, what were you thinking? I mean, I don't understand.
still not handcuffed
Why would you
or
put your
searched.
career online for something foolish like this? You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Even if you say today wasn't intentional, they've already got 3 other videos. Why would you do? I don't understand.
In the days that followed, loss prevention
That's why I never
completed a
get
full
married, man.
audit of
Women do
Melissa's
crazy
past
ass
visits,
fucking
and detectives reviewed the
shit that you'll never
transactions
expect.
tied to her employee status
Holy
and the
fuck.
items she claimed were for work. That review uncovered additional concerns, including purchases made with department funds that didn't match what was taken, and items that were never reimbursed. With the repeated thefts, the use of a tote to conceal merchandise, and the financial discrepancies, the case was forwarded for felony review under Arizona's organized retail theft and fraudulent scheme statutes. Investigators ultimately linked her to multiple incidents over several months, with roughly $1,200 in alleged thefts and
Felony.
fraudulent refunds, including returns on items that records showed were never purchased. Melissa
Oh,
was cited
man.
and released that night, trespassed from every Walmart,
What?
and later indicted on multiple counts of felony shoplifting
Oh,
and
it's not
fraudulent
safe.
schemes. She pleaded not guilty, and her
How'd she get
employment
released
status
that
with the
same night?
department has not been publicly updated since. However,
Still
if
hired.
convicted, she would automatically face decertification in the state of Arizona and never again be allowed to work as a trusted public servant. We reached out to Melissa Ward for comment, but did not receive a response.
The dark web's new deadliest drug. Okay, what's this? What you got first, Fern?
You lost your keys, got
What the fuck?
flustered, and it
Looks
was
like
unintentional.
Fern. I don't know how they can glitch YouTube to get them double fucking watch time. I don't know how they fucking do that, man. It's so crazy. These big ass channels can always fucking do this shit, man. They can fucking force you to fucking double watch their video. Like you think you'll click another video, but it'll reload the video just watched.
It's part of a whole group of substances called nitazines. And this tiny amount is enough to kill. Over the past few years, these drugs have been claiming more and more lives across the EU. A perfect storm is brewing, caused by a political power shift in Afghanistan, changing smuggling routes, and the emergence of clandestine Chinese laboratories pushing new and harder synthetic drugs.
Well, why are we going to war with China? They've already fucking attacked us with fucking with biological weapon with fucking COVID-19. That's clearly a fucking attack. Like, what the fuck, dude? COVID made fucking COVID, trying to make COVID-19, fentanyl, and now this? Why are we going to fucking war with these idiots? They keep killing us
Drugs
easily.
that are cheaper, sometimes openly available on the ClearNet, and more potent than almost anything we've seen before. Is Europe ready for what's coming?
No. Grow, little flower, grow. Grow, little flower, grow. Grow into a person. Look at the baggie. Yeah, if China keeps making fucking deadly diseases and fucking drugs that fucking kill people, fucking off a very small amount, how's that not a fucking weapon of mass destruction?
This is Ahmed. He's a fictional character based in a variety of reporting. And this is his farm, located in the northern Helmand region of Afghanistan. Like many others across the country, he settled a patch of desert. 10 years ago, 3 hectares cost him just $5,400. Since then, he's gradually turned this patch of arid land into a productive plot that provides for him, his wife, and their 9 children. But it wasn't easy. First, the dry earth had to be cleared and leveled. Ahmed doesn't have access to irrigation from a local
9
water source
children?
like the Musakala River,
Holy.
so he also had to dig a 120-meter deep well. That cost him $3,600.
Holy.
Instead of relying on
That's it?
expensive diesel fuel to power his pumps, he invested another $10,000 in installing a solar array.
That's it?
He
Just
even
for
dug
that
a
many
large
solar
pond to
panels?
store the
Holy.
groundwater he'd use in his
10
crops.
grand only for that?
With the average daily income of an Afghan farmer being about $5 to $10 US, you might well ask, how exactly did Ahmed pay for all this?
Parents did, obviously.
Well, Ahmed grows poppies. He's the first link in the supply chain
I
that turns
just
this
came
flower
into
into opium
dislike.
and opium into heroin.
Knocked out. Now you ain't liking or disliking anything if you're sleeping.
Since 2003,
There you
Afghanistan has consistently produced 70% of the world's
Lane.
opium and up to 90% of
Lane's
the
to mayor. You ain't gonna be a mayor.
farmers like Ahmed,
You be the mayor of
it's
my
essential
asshole,
for
dude.
survival.
population?
Every year, he uses
Shit.
2/3 of his plot to grow poppies. The rest he fills with just enough wheat to feed his family. Most years, his crop yields around 140 kilos of opium, including 20 kilos he can set aside for a rainy day. But that's all about to change. On August 15, 2021, the Taliban returned to power. 7.5 months later, they make poppy cultivation illegal.
Nice.
Some
Good.
experts say they're distancing themselves from a trade they previously participated in.
Nice,
in hope of
good.
Securing political recognition.
And
as
people
well
say
as
the
financial
Taliban is
and
bad,
humanitarian
dude. Sometimes they do good shit.
Others claim they're artificially raising prices in order to profit from their own stockpiles. Either way, people in Afghanistan are skeptical.
If you don't have enough food in your house and your children are going hungry, what else will you do? If we grew wheat instead, we won't earn enough to survive.
This isn't the first time the Taliban have done this. After securing control of the majority of the country in 2000, they put a similar ban in place, resulting in a 90% reduction in opium cultivation
Nice.
in 2001.
Good.
Within a year, the price for a kilo of dried opium skyrocketed from $30 to over $300, but the shortage didn't last. Instead, the United States invaded Afghanistan. The year after that, poppy cultivation bounced back. Having lived through the Taliban's previous rise to power, Ahmed, like many farmers, anticipated the ban.
Flanders field, the poppies
The total
grow,
area
row by
used
row
for
by
poppy
row.
cultivation grows
In
by
Flanders
32%.
field.
Farmers are allowed to harvest and sell their opium before a full ban comes into effect. As a result, the 2022 crop is the third largest since records began. Opium stores swelled, including Ahmed's. By November, prices are as high as $475 per kilo.
Nice.
Farmers' income from opium sales triples. The UNODC, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, estimates that opiate stocks in Afghanistan total up to 13,200 tons.
Holy.
60% is likely held by organized crime groups, with the rest belonging to farmers. All in all, it's probably enough to meet the demand for Afghan opiates until 2027. For Ahmed, that's plenty of time to wait for the ban to lift or loosen and for things to go back to normal. For experts in Europe, it's time to jump into action.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Daniel Brombacher. I'm the director of the Europe Observatory of Organized Crime.
Watch us just give fucking China a whole bunch of drugs that kill them. Fucking is dirt cheap so they can all afford it. See how fucking fast they attack us. Like, what the
To
fuck?
interested partners about what's happening on the ground in organized crime.
For Daniel and his colleagues, Afghanistan's poppy ban is deeply concerning.
Everyone in Europe was afraid of a potential influx in the traditional heroin market that is linked to Afghanistan with synthetic opioids.
In the past, heroin shortages in European countries like Estonia, Hungary, or Finland have led users to start consuming synthetic alternatives like fentanyl or cathinones. When the heroin supply drops and user demand stays consistent, organized crime groups take advantage of these supply shocks to introduce more profitable drugs.
So we thought, okay, we have to look into this issue and we need to monitor illicit markets to see
Crystallized battery
do
acid.
synthetic opioids actually show up there. Have they maybe already entered supply chains for illicit drugs in Europe? And what are the dynamics behind this market, and if there is any market already?
While many questions remain, one thing becomes clear. This ban is different.
Please like the video, dogs.
The Afghan poppy industry doesn't bounce back like it did the first time. Ahmed's home province of Helmand, which accounted for over half of Afghanistan's poppy cultivation, is rendered virtually poppy-free.
Oh, shit.
Europe's heroin supply is almost entirely cut off at the source. At this point, you might assume that Europe's drug scene would be flooded with synthetic alternatives, but the flood never comes.
So the heroin market has actually never been sustainably disrupted. Massive heroin markets like here in Germany are still readily supplied, most probably because of existing stockpiles of heroin and opium that you would have in Afghanistan and along the traditional trafficking routes.
That's how you speak German. You just gotta sound angry at everything you say.
Heroin purity in Europe has generally
You guys sound like you're angry every fucking time you say something.
With prices and availability have remained relatively stable. So far, there's no sign of a drastic impact like the ones
I
experts
remember
warned
buying
about.
sheets of acid off of the dark web when I was like 14, 15. Wish I would be e-safe. The BTC, it was only 200 then.
Continues to be scarce and maybe the stockpiles are depleted at some point, then yes, we may have a way stronger impact than we would.
Well, you don't feel
now.
as bad as the guy who fucking bought a pizza with fucking Bitcoin when Bitcoin first came out. He bought a fucking pizza with Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's like fucking. He spent like fucking like $100K on a pizza now.
Situation gets worse.
Yeah, there's a story about a guy who he wanted to make the first transaction using Bitcoin, so he found a pizza store that'd fucking do it. Yeah.
I remember hearing that LMAO.
Yeah.
It started when pharmaceutical opioids like OxyContin were aggressively marketed and overprescribed.
Well, that were
The second
OxyContin.
wave came when these prescriptions were largely cut
Notre
off,
Dame.
pushing former patients to start using
The
heroin.
Fighting Irish.
This snowballed into the third and
He
deadliest
overpaid in
wave,
BTC
when
at the
fentanyl
time
entered the
too.
drug
Yeah, I think he did too. Yeah.
Europe largely avoided this
Because
path
he just
with
wanted to
stricter
get the fucking
prescription
first sale in
practices, stronger,
history.
more socially oriented healthcare, better treatment, and harm reduction services. For over 3 decades, fentanyl's presence in Europe has remained small and geographically limited. But now there are new challenges. It looks like Afghan heroin isn't coming back, and flexible competitors are quick to fill the gaps.
China.
Clandestine drug labs in China, India, and Russia produce an array of synthetic opioids.
Why are we going to war with these fucking idiots?
And nitazines.
Like fucking China gave us COVID-19, they gave us fucking fentanyl, and now they're giving us this shit, dude. Well, I'm not in Europe, but if it goes to fucking North America, we should fucking attack China for sure, man. This is fucking enough, man. They're killing us fucking. They're using like chemical warfare, dude. Like, what if I go to fucking China and they'll start giving out fucking pills? Oh no, 1 cent each. Oh no, you can have this one for free. You know, you can have this one for free. And it starts fucking killing a whole bunch of people. China's going to fucking attack whatever country I'm from. Like, what the fuck? They're not going to take that fucking
At
lightly.
least 21 EU member states have already found nitazines in their drug supply. Nitazines often contaminate drugs like heroin or oxycodone, and sometimes more common drugs like cocaine, Xanax, ketamine, and ecstasy.
Oh no, not my
In
ketamine.
the UK, they've even been found in vape liquids and illegal
Oh no,
nasal
not my
sprays.
ketamine.
So far, relatively few deaths seem to be linked to nitazines, just a few hundred in most countries. But these numbers might not be entirely accurate.
In Germany, last year and this year, we have had the historically highest numbers of overdose deaths. These numbers are far away from what has happened in the US, but still they are high comparatively. But then if you only conduct an autopsy in 50% of the cases, and that has been the case in Germany, then how do you actually know what
Real number, yeah.
The opioid quick scan
Only know
would
50%
not
actually, yeah.
differentiate or would not tell you this was heroin or this was oxycodone or this was nitazine. So we don't actually
Yeah, it just
know
says
how
opium.
it's going.
In
So they
September
don't really know which one it
2024,
is.
the director of the European Agency for Drugs issued a call to action. He explicitly warned against the very real risk of remaining complacent during this buffer period. Without a visible crisis like the one in the US, governments aren't forced to prepare. This false sense of security is only made worse by the novelty of nitazines.
Yeah, why are we
Substances
fucking stopping
most
these
experts don't
bastards
know
from
they
killing
should
us?
test for or how to effectively treat. Names that most people, including you, have probably never heard
Oh,
before
me.
this video.
Oh, me. Did you see that, dude? You see the fentanyl, dude? Hold on.
Including you.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh, me, fentanyl. Oh, me, fentanyl.
Probably never heard before this
Benzyl fentanyl and thiofentanyl.
video. Drugs that seemingly came out of nowhere. Or did they?
Well, that's why COVID. That's why the fucking side effects of fucking them inventing COVID.
This is the Pharmaceutical Research Laboratory of chemical company Ciba in Basel, Switzerland. Here,
Oh,
chemists
Switzerland are
experimented
smart.
with a
Yeah, they're
large
smart as fuck,
unexplored
dude.
compound.
Switzerland people are
Amazing.
smart as fuck.
It was first synthesized in 1872.
Switzerland and like
Its
Swedish
therapeutic potential
fucking
wasn't recognized
scientists
until
did.
the 1950s.
Oh yeah.
Intrigued by the compound, the Ciba team conducts some novel experiments. They focus on creating benzimidazole derivatives as opioid painkillers. They take a benzimidazole ring as a scaffold and bind an ethylamine at its first position and a benzyl group at its second position. This way, they produce 2-benzyl benzimidazole. With only minor structural modifications to this scaffold, the chemists can produce a wide variety of analog substances. That means they each have a unique chemical structure.
Fentanyl, benzyl fentanyl, and oh my fentanyl.
The team has successfully synthesized
Oh,
a
me
new class of
fentanyl.
opioids, proudly labeling them nitazines. But they quickly realize there's a problem. The chemists
rats are
conduct a
dying?
toxicity test. They test how many milligrams of morphine per kilo of body weight is needed to kill half a test population of mice. It's 200 milligrams.
Oh my
Then they
god.
conduct the same test using the nitazene
200
compound.
milligrams kills a fucking
The 1
mouse.
milligram dose does the job.
Oh!
The drug they've created is 200 times more potent than morphine and 5 to 10 times more potent than fentanyl.
Holy.
Some analogs are over 40 times more potent.
Holy,
The team agrees that
dude.
This extreme potency makes it especially difficult to dose. This
You just
leads to
breathe like a little
medical field
crystal and
calls
you're
a
fucking
narrow
dead.
therapeutic window.
Holy.
One small miscalculation and the patient could become addicted or die.
Oh man.
Its unique chemical structure further complicates medical use as it behaves differently than other opioids. When certain analogs like isotinidazine degrade in the body, they release an active metabolic compound in the brain that's even more potent than the parent drug, meaning the drug's effects last an unusually long time and intensify before fading.
Oh
But
fuck.
that's not all. The molecule unbinds very slowly from the opioid receptors in the brain. In turn, nitazines have a reduced sensitivity to life-saving drugs like naloxone.
Oh shit.
Naloxone is a compound typically used to reverse the effects of an
Arkin,
opioid
yeah.
overdose.
They're gonna have to
It does
fucking
this
invent
by
a whole new
displacing the
Noxant,
opioid molecule at the brain's
Arkin.
receptors, and it's effective for morphine, heroin, and even fentanyl.
Yeah.
But nitazines
But
make
this
this
is just
process
not gonna work.
mechanically difficult, and multiple doses are often required to stop someone from
Holy.
slipping back into overdose. Simply put, it's stronger, harder to treat, and it lasts much longer than other opioids. The scientists shelved the project. Nitazines are never approved for medical use. The findings are published
Oh, yeah,
in medical
definitely not.
journals, which fade into scientific obscurity. History became legend. Legend became myth. And for 7 decades, nitazines passed out of all knowledge. Until 2019. The opioid epidemic.
Got some fucking church's chicken. Gotta eat, man. Gotta fucking start eating fucking way more fucking fried chicken and way more fucking Big Macs every day.
In the US has been fueled by an influx of precursor chemicals coming from China. They're usually transported to Mexico, where they're turned into fentanyl and smuggled over the border. Trump has blamed the Chinese government for the crisis and partially used it to justify higher and higher tariffs.
They are doing that, yes. But they are paying right now a 20% tariff because of fentanyl, based on the fact that they're sending fentanyl to Mexico and Canada.
The CPC claims fentanyl is an America problem.
At least Trump will do something, dude. Canada won't fucking do anything. China
Some
invented, you
fentanyl
idiots.
analogs were banned in 2015, and a more complete ban followed in 2019. That year, China added fentanyl, its analogs, and a variety of precursor chemicals to their list of controlled substances as an act of good faith. On paper, this was a good move, but in practice it meant that the companies making fentanyl were pushed into a perpetual cat-and-mouse game with the government. If they couldn't sell fentanyl anymore, they simply had to look for new, unregulated synthetic drugs. This is a clandestine drug lab in Zhengzhou, China. These chemists are poking around in old medical journals trying to find new opioids they can synthesize.
They're going to
Eventually,
find that
they
fucking
stumble upon
journal.
papers about
Oh,
nitazines,
shit.
which tick all the boxes.
Oh,
It's a largely
shit.
unheard of compound, it's easy to synthesize, and it's extremely potent.
Oh, fuck.
And more importantly, it's not yet
How the
banned
fuck
by
did
the
China
government.
get that, man?
They've struck synthetic gold.
Oh,
Within a few
fuck.
months, small packages of nitazene analogs start hitting countries all around the world. So just how easy is it to buy one of the most dangerous drugs on Earth?
Very.
You wanted to find out. Warning, do not try this at home. Step 1. Do 15 minutes of research to find an article that mentions online B2B marketplaces with potential listings from Chinese vendors selling nitazines. Step 2. Go to the B2B platform and search for nitazines. See that the listings with the keyword have been removed. Step 3. Search for knowing it's a common analog found on the street. Immediately find listings for multiple vendors. Step 4. Download Telegram and contact the number listed on the photo of a bag of nondescript drugs. Step 5. Within 12 hours, get an answer. How much you want to buy? Smiley face. Clarify that you want to order a test sample and have it shipped to Europe. Step 6. Find out that it will cost $160, including shipping with either UPS, FedEx, or DHL.
Yeah, that's my sample
Step
price.
7. Send them an address and pay with their link. Congratulations, you've now bought one of the most powerful opioids in the world. And if by any chance your package is intercepted, there's a reshipment guarantee. 5 stars on the flag, 5 stars for the customer service. We didn't do that last step, by the way, so the stuff never arrived. But we were casually offered kilos of isotonitazines by this vendor, enough to harm a lot of people.
Europe seizes maybe 10 to 20 kilos a year, while at the same time it sees 400 tons of cocaine a year.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. But still, with 10 kilos of nitazines, you could kill the whole city of Berlin.
The kilo we could have bought easy peasy could theoretically kill well over 100,000 people.
Holy.
By 2025, the
$160 bucks, you can kill 100,000 people. That's fucking crazy.
Nitazene analogs in 30 countries around the world. And just like fentanyl in the US, nitazines are likely here to stay, or they might be replaced by yet another novel substance as the game of cat and mouse continues. Substances are declared illegal, so labs look for new unregulated.
Yeah, fucking regulate China's fucking labs.
Organized crime groups, the upside
fucking
of
assholes.
potent synthetics
Kill
is
more
simply
people.
too high. Trafficking 1 kilogram can be equivalent to trafficking 50 kilograms of heroin. Shipments automatically become smaller, which makes them easier to hide in the mail. And it's more than just logistics. Once criminal organizations invest in synthetic opioid infrastructure and expertise, economic logic suggests they won't go back to the less efficient, higher risk, and lower margin heroin trade.
Buy a pill and
On
die.
top of that, synthetic opioid production isn't affected by agricultural vulnerabilities. No weather patterns, no growing seasons, no political instability in source countries. Production can happen year-round in clandestine laboratories. And you can set those up just about anywhere using precursor chemicals sourced from the global chemical industry. Even if the Taliban lifted their ban and Afghan opium production rebounded, the superior profitability of synthetics would likely win out. So, is Europe prepared?
Nope. Nobody is there. Fuck. Pill and die, motherfucker, die. Die, motherfucker, die.
Let's start with law enforcement. Currently, their focus is elsewhere.
Cocaine was basically conquering all over Europe. So everyone was very afraid about cocaine. If you want to put it like briefly, you would say European law enforcement authorities were looking west, right? So where the cocaine's coming from. But not looking east, where opioids are coming from and heroin.
Without bodies piling up because of synthetic opioids, there's little incentive for law enforcement to allocate significant resources to stop them.
And when you compare, for example...
Yeah, they'd rather stop coke than fucking...
Seizures are always a good expression of not what's actually happening, but a good expression of law enforcement priorities. Last year in Germany, we have, I think, 24 tons of cocaine being seized, but 140 kilos of heroin. That is a very small number if you consider the size of the German heroin market, but it's simply because no one was looking for it. So
nobody does heroin in Europe.
Look for it, they would find it.
Even if it was a priority,
it's more of a North American thing.
synthetic opioid supply law
We just do ecstasy every fucking day over there in fucking Europe. Do ecstasy and MDMA all day.
The hourglass represents how many people are involved.
Holy fuck.
Hundreds of thousands of farming households grow coca plants, mostly in Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. Then the funnel narrows. Far fewer people refine coca leaves into cocaine. Fewer still are the smugglers and top-level importers who move it into consumer countries. This is the bottleneck. At the bottom, the hourglass widens back out. The number of wholesale dealers increases, and they branch out to countless street-level sellers. Each hand it passes through increases the drug's price, until finally it reaches the consumer. But synthetic opioids like nitazines are reaching users in much more direct ways.
It's important to understand that this is not the traditional organized crime you may have in mind, running this market with synthetic opioids. This is not like Drangheta or Mexican cartels or Colombian cartels. This is mostly an online phenomenon. So this market only becomes physical the moment the drug reaches the user.
It's shockingly easy to order these substances online, so easy that it flattens the supply chain almost entirely. Producers in China mail small packages directly to street-level dealers and even end users.
When basically the whole supply is
from China, I told you, man.
mailing shipment somewhere
Damn,
from China.
they're always fucking sending us fucking something that's gonna kill us.
Coming from China every day to Europe. And you're looking for, what, like 100 grams of fentanyl? Or even a kilo of nitazines? It's impossible.
This also means that doors open to an entirely new kind of end
Tell
user.
China to fuck off.
There is a
Like
risk,
Trump
and
did.
there's a growing risk that on these basically completely uncontrolled online markets, these substances find their way into
they're
drug
untested
user
and shit like that,
communities,
yeah.
and especially non-traditional drug user communities. So it's young people that are very absent from these traditional street markets for heroin that we have had in Europe.
According to Dr. Arne Christian Skolberg from Oslo University Hospital in Norway, there have been multiple cases of young people ordering a pill online to check it out, taking it in their room, and being found dead by their parents. Synthetic opioids like nitazines are sometimes bought and used knowingly,
That's
often
the
by
half the pill,
experimental
not the
users
whole
who like to
fucking
try
pill.
new highs. But often, nitazines are simply hidden in other substances.
Oh, fuck,
Users
yeah.
seek out prescription medications like OxyContin or Xanax, which they assume were produced by pharmaceutical companies.
Nope.
Dealers take advantage of this trust to create and sell counterfeit pills which don't contain these drugs at all. But why would they do that?
The money that kills somebody for $5.
Contaminate, or why would you even lace another product with something so potent that there's risk of actually killing your customers, especially if they have a very low tolerance for opioids? And the
They don't
question's
care,
not
dude. They
so
just want the
easy
money for it
to
right now.
answer, and it's a lot of guessing. But we assume that basically with a very little amount of a synthetic opioid like nitazines, you can convert an incredible high amount of useless, cheap material into a highly potent drug.
In short, it's cheap.
So impressive.
Press a bunch of junk with a teeny tiny amount of some nitazine analog, and ta-da! You have pills that get people crazy high. If one of these pills contains just a few salt-sized grains too much, it's instant death. But hey, the margins, oh man.
Yeah, a profit.
Drug busts and arrests often do little to curb supply or improve the health of user communities. That's where prevention, treatment, and education come into play. On the streets, heroin users are being effectively warned about contaminated drug supplies thanks to the work of harm reduction services.
Every time there is a batch of heroin that is contaminated, there's warnings, there's information. Basically, traditional heroin user community is a street-level community, and it's accessible for street workers for information, for awareness raising, so that works quite well.
But these services aren't available everywhere, and
Yep.
they're rarely able to help users who buy their drugs online from the privacy of their bedrooms. Across Europe, drug consumption rooms, needle clinics, and substitute programs are somewhat accessible, but still limited. They're known to
Drug
help traditional
consumption
drug
units?
users, but they
That's what Vancouver has, dude. Apparently you can go to this fucking big ass tent in a park and just give a nurse your drugs and she'll fucking inject you with the fucking drug. And you just trip up there for like a couple minutes. Just so they make sure you don't overdose after you do it. It's fucking crazy, dude. Have a hot ass nurse fucking mainlining you fucking cocaine. Holy shit, that'd be awesome, dude. I mean, if you're into mainline cocaine, it probably would be awesome doing fentanyl or fucking anything. They probably hate their fucking lives. Oh, this guy wants me to do them with fentanyl. This is the 5th time today. Alright, man.
won't be as effective for a teenager who buys an anti-anxiety pill online, accidentally encounters nitazines, and immediately overdoses. Another challenge is to
Doesn't
fight
get
the
to live
current
his life,
blind spot
man.
in detection. Toxicology tests used across Europe were designed to detect traditional opioids like heroin, but nitazines are structurally distinct, meaning standard screening simply don't register them. Conventional fentanyl test strips are equally useless. Post-mortem examinations also routinely miss nitazines. This leads health officials to underestimate their presence until a series of suspicious deaths forces a closer look. Beyond detection, Europe needs modern alarm systems. Wedanos in Wales and The Loop in England test drugs that are sent in anonymously and provide alerts about contaminated batches. These services are accessible to the public, but even today, relatively few people use them. Some countries have started to deploy wastewater analysis as an early warning system. They use it to detect nitazine metabolites in communities, hopefully before overdoses occur. But these services remain rare and isolated to a handful of nations. Another challenge is getting first response drugs like naloxone into the hands of the public. It's less effective against nitazines than it is fentanyl, but it's still crucial to saving lives. Over-the-counter naloxone is available in only 5 countries: Denmark, France, Italy, Sweden, and most recently, Germany. In all
Damn,
others,
it's you get it for free here. You can walk into a fucking pharmacy, but they can have some naloxone or some Narcan,
At the end of the
and
day,
they'll just give you a fucking
there's
little
lot
starter
more to be
kit.
done. Most emergency services haven't adopted nitazine-specific treatment protocols. Law enforcement still lacks the intelligence infrastructure to intercept small packages in the mail. And, perhaps most critically, awareness campaigns have largely failed to reach non-opioid users. Not enough young Europeans know about this trend. They simply don't know that a pill or powder they order somewhere online could be laced with a ridiculously deadly lab-made substance.
Well, fuck, get the BBC to put it on fucking blast.
There is a
Big Black Clock, the Brazilian big, or the fucking British Big Black Clock.
What we do as an organization, we make organized crime visible. We research it, we report about it in order to bring it to the attention of the broader public, to governments, to authorities, in order
like a
to bring it
TikTok
on the
post, dude,
agenda,
you'll reach
in
your
order
kids.
to trigger reactions and making basically the life more complicated for organized crime, because in a setting where they're invisible, they're living their best life, and we want to change it.
Yeah, you can't just let them get away with too much shit. They'll be like, alright, fuck you. Fuck up the whole country and unload.
If you know someone who might be
It won't even be snowing in fucking Canada. It'd be fucking raining cocaine. Yeah. How to escape Auschwitz? Not Jewish, so I fucking didn't know that. How to escape Auschwitz? Oh, fuck, dude. I don't think you can, dude. Gate creeper! Creep in the gate! Gate creeper! I creep in the gate! Undisturbed ready to start from his state. Oh, shit. Oh. Big T.
Reddit is home to millions of stories, and while most are harmless,
I'm not sure what to do on
some are
RuneScape, so I'm just gonna watch some
genuinely
YouTube until I fucking
disturbing.
think of an
So, in
idea.
classic Tub fashion, today
I'm
we'll
like
be
20,
going
I'm like
through all
20 or
50
30 raids
states
dry
and
on
giving you
purple.
one unsettling Reddit story from
shouldn't be
every
fun.
state. Along the way, we'll hear about a man who claimed he was hunted through the wilderness of Washington by the strange stranger for days, a father in Oregon who murdered his entire family before fleeing to Mexico and claiming the identity of a journalist, an Alaskan serial killer who would fly people out to where he lived and then hunted them for sport until one of them escaped and told the story,
Holy.
and so much more.
Hunted
From
them for
shocking stories
sport?
to unsolved mysteries to ghost stories.
Hey,
to
dude,
yes,
they should
even
do in
some
Alaska,
fictional
man.
stories. There's about 2. Sorry to disappoint you if you wanted everything to be real. We tried. There are about 2 fictional stories in this video. But don't worry, for those specific states, there will be a disclaimer that says fictional. But still, point being, every single story you're about to hear in today's video was found and can be found on Reddit. With that being said, before we get into the
Neckbeard
actual
Central,
topic, I
Reddit.
do
If
wanna
you don't
let
have a
guys know that
neckbeard,
we worked
fuck
really
you.
hard
Get
on
off
this
our
video.
website,
It's
Reddit.
been 3 days of recording for me. This is my 3rd day of recording.
Get
so
a neckbeard or
I usually
get
don't ask for
fucked,
the like at the
Reddit.
beginning of the video. You know, I always earn your subscription. But
Get a
honestly,
neckbeard or
do
get
it without so you can
downvoted.
subscribe
Fuck
and
you.
leave a like. I'm pretty sure I can earn your
Reddit.
subscription. But I do this weekly. I upload weekly on this channel. So hopefully I can get that like from you. Washington.
Yeah, dog, if that
Hunted
helps
through
you,
a
man, I
national
got you, dog. Boom.
r/Let's.me is one of those subreddits that once you find it, you lose an hour
Having
to
fucking
immediately
chest pain
because
all
it's
day. I'm not
basically
sure
a
if I'm gonna
collection of
faint
real
sometime
encounters
today
with
or
strangers
what.
that people never wanted to have. Most
Faint
are
tomorrow or
unsettling.
what?
Every now and then, one comes along that goes well past
Having
that.
fucking
And this
crazy
post
heart
from
pain
user
today.
Valerian Jedi is a good
But
example.
I used to have a
He
heart
was solo
condition, so I used to
camping
have
near
always
Mount
get
Rainier
heart
in
pain.
Washington, not an official campground, but out in the actual wilderness, where running into another person would have been really surprising. One night he wakes up, unzips his tent, and there's a man sitting right by the remnants of his fire. A couple of feet where he'd been sleeping. A regular looking guy. Nothing immediately off with him. The second they made eye contact though, the man's eyes went wide and he ran. Valerian Jedi shook it off the next day, thinking that it was just an odd encounter. Maybe the guy had a camp nearby, maybe he'd had a weird night. Easy enough to dismiss. 2 days later, now 10 to 15 miles away in a completely different terrain, he starts hearing noises near his fire and calls out. A voice answers from somewhere in the dark, asking about a place called Bell's Canyon, somewhere he doesn't even think exists there. The voice keeps going, asking
Hell's
completely random
Bell's
questions from
Canyon.
just outside the reach of his flashlight.
Hell's
And when he
Bell's
tries to
Canyon.
hide it that way, the voice tells him to aim it away. He does, figuring it was better to antagonize whoever this was. About 15 minutes of questions from the dark later, he gets the sense the voice is getting closer and shines the flashlight over anyway. Same guy. 15 miles of open wilderness, 2 days apart, and the same man shows up twice. He tried to chase him, but stopped after maybe 100 feet. Getting lost chasing a stranger through dark forest wasn't a risk worth taking. He spent the next 3 days hiking out, constantly doubling back on his own trail, and occasionally hiding to watch if anyone came through behind him. The first night he kept hearing what sounded like someone walking slow circles outside his tent, and found nobody there when he finally looked. The second night, animal sounds started up in the distance that, the longer he listened to them, started sounding a whole lot more like a person howling. He made it back to his car and nearly cried from relief.
That's
To
a
this
whole
day,
lot of
he has
code,
no idea
motherfucker.
who the man was or what he wanted. Oregon. A dad that murdered his wife and 3 kids.
Oh, dude, I
Someone
got
on
some
r
good. I
slash
got
true
some
crime
good.
discussion said this, and
I
it would
have
be really
ideas,
interesting
dude.
or strange if it were
I got
true.
some good
In the middle
fucking
of telling
ideas,
their
dude. If you
story,
can
they
develop,
asked, why
dude.
are so many family
You're
annihilators
gonna get
named
like a
Chris?
60-40
It
cut
immediately got
since
me
it's my
wondering.
idea,
Obviously,
and
this
you
isn't
have to
going
do all the
down.
work, but
We'll
it's
get
my
back to
idea,
that.
right?
But
Like you
this was
wouldn't have
said
came
because
up
the
with the
person
idea
that
if it
was
wasn't
being
for me.
talked about
So
was
like, I think a
Christian.
60-40 split is fair enough. I mean, you would have never fucking known. You'd probably fucking be working for a company still, right? But if I fucking have a really good idea, we can sell that for fucking $10 billion or fucking $5 billion. We're fucking set, right? You don't have to work for that stupid company anymore, right? That's the lowest I can go, 60. I'd say 70-30, but you're fucking you're in the stream, right? So I'd probably do 60-40. But I'd just give you the idea and that's it. You do the rest of it. So that'd be you earning your 40%, right? My 60% is me providing the idea and my vision and like steps you can reach to get there. But yeah, I don't know the back end of it.
Christian Longo, a 27-year-old from Oregon who, on December 18, 2001, strangled his wife Mary Jane and their infant daughter Madison, then tied rocks to his two other children.
I got
Zachary
multiple
and
ideas that
Sadie,
can be
and
sold
threw
to
them
like
a
fucking
freezing lake
governments and
alive.
shit like
His
that.
motive was
And like
money
city
or a
governments
lack
and
of
shit
it.
like that.
For 3 years, Longo had been running an
Like
elaborate
big
lie that
fucking
included
ideas,
stolen
man.
minivans, nearly $30,000 in counterfeit
That'll
checks,
definitely
and a
pick up,
waterfront
man.
apartment he absolutely could not afford, all to protect the image of a successful, devoted family man that he'd built for himself. Mary Jane's own sister had described him as a real-life Prince Charming, the kind of husband that made other wives jealous. And again, that image was the whole point. When the fraud started collapsing and there was nothing left to hold it together, he killed them all. Then he fled to Cancun, spent the next month partying at youth hostels, visiting Mayan ruins, and getting romantically involved with an amateur photographer he'd met there along the way. And he was doing all this while posing as Michael Finkel, a real New York Times journalist he admired for years. Finkel, in the strangest of timings, had just been fired from New York Times for fabricating a story and was sitting at rock bottom in Montana when he found out a family murderer had been living as him. At trial, Longo admitted to killing Mary Jane and Madison, but claimed Mary Jane had murdered the other two children herself. The jury took about 4 hours to convict him on all 4 counts, and he was sentenced to death, later commuted to life in prison in 2021. And by the way, I looked into the Chris thing, and yeah, I found a few: Chris Watts, Chris Coleman, Christian Longo, but obviously that is just coincidental. So no, if you're watching this and your name is Chris, or
fucking shooting in the air.
I'm not saying you're gonna be a family murderer. Anyway, let's head on to the next one. California said he chopped them up. There's a post on r/creepy encounters from a user called LaneyBoy07 that starts about as casually
That doesn't even fucking work great.
His sister and his friend were out walking through
Fucking
the
bullshit.
redwoods
Of course
in
my fan
Mendocino
breaks in
County,
fucking
California,
summer, man.
when a man appeared out of
Won't
practically
break in the
nowhere.
winter. Nope.
Normal-looking guy who the sister
summer?
even
Oh,
said
yeah,
was kind of
fuck you,
handsome.
bud.
Something was immediately off, though. He wanted to know what they were doing, quote, in his woods. When they told him they were just out exploring, he called them liars. Then he asked them to kiss each other, claiming he could tell they were lesbian lovers, and just so you know, they were not lesbians and not lovers either. When the friend turned around and told him to leave them alone, he went completely still. The sister described the look that came across his face as the most evil thing she had ever seen in her life. What he said next was, "You two are such disrespectful bitches. I've killed a few of you over the last few years, and I'd love to add you both to my count." He chased them through the trees screaming he would chop them up. They made it out, drove back to town, and filed a police report. But if you zoom out, this stops being just a creepy story. A commenter on the same post who actually lived in Mendocino County mentioned that 2 women's bodies had recently been found along different stretches of train tracks running through the county, both female, believed to be connected, and that local authorities had quietly admitted there was a suspect serial killer operating out of Ukiah, a city sitting squarely within Mendocino County. At almost the same time, a warning was circulating on Facebook across Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino County, listing 4 women found dead within a single month. Crystal Leah McCarthy, age 37, pulled from the Napa River. Amber Dillon, 33, found off Highway 101 near Cloverdale. Alyssa May Sadi, age 22, found near Ukiah. And a 4th, Cynthia Crane, 33, found in Mays Canyon.
I'm gonna play some Rune, see if anyone wants to watch fucking this shit. Play some Rune. Your ass every day, yay. Motherfuckers, no I ain't gay, yay. I showed this in Last Man Standing for a bit. Are you a Vengeance Killer too? Actually, no. I'm so fucked. It feels so much faster.
I just do 5 pull-ups. Proof. We may not be the smartest community, but we will be the strongest. Keep grinding, homies. Bull.
We do the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. We are crazy
We do
people.
the same thing over and over and expect a different outgo. Are crazy PPL. We.
It's a fucking e-girl, dude.
I'm not crazy.
Kill.
I'm coggot.
Kill the same boss 1k times. And expect a different result.
I will kill the boss 1k times and expect a different result. Each tie.
Oh my goodness.
I'm doing that every kill anyways. XD.
Man, I'm getting so many fucking comments all of a sudden. Holy shit, on my YouTube video channel, or my YouTube streams. I had so many fucking comments, dude. Holy, W Live. Holy, thank you. What a legend. Let me find this comment and say thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir. How do I get the comments about community? Bugs. 80 back chat. Fuck. Virgins assemble.
Stupid so ecas are not working. Virgins assemble.
Ready to light in the dark.
Light in the dark.
Fear of the filthy.
The pure of the filthy ones.
We are not tainted.
We are not tainted.
We are the virgins of RuneScape. We're the virgins of
We are
RuneScape.
the virgins of RuneScape. Taint this, _x_. Whoa.
Oh. Yes.
Bulma on Demon Time RN Lul. Kylone.
God big enough. Hates me.
Hio.o. But not big enough to taint he. Me. I'm an angel, thank you so much. Tongue.
Let's go get some fucking last man standing fucking vengeance skills.
Forfeit breath.
Get some fucking last man standing fuckers. I get some big kills. Kill. Big vengeance kill. Or if I want to get a Durox kill, dude, but Durox is fucking so hard to get. It's so rare. Like you can get your cock rubbed fucking last man standing before you get a Durox drop. But if you get a day out truck, get the whole kit set.
Hey Trent. Thank you, bro.
Virgins. Assemble. You want a shotgun for this?
VLS is so op.
Four already? Okay. Chance. Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Yeah.
12, 11,
There's a
10,
claw in the fucking head right off the bat.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Taste vengeance.
Back click. Oh. That's too fast. Fuck about armed.
Taste vengeance. Taste vengeance.
Oh.
Taste vengeance.
G to the 30.
Vengeance.
Yes.
Please like the video, dogs.
L0L.
Sit the fuck down, kid. Your vengeance, dog. Sit the fuck down, you little cockroach and magician. Fucking virgin for life. Oh, hey, what an upgrade. Fucking losers. You're a mage to a fucking gunfight, you idiot. Fucking dumb wizards. Fuck you and Harry Potter. You thought you were fucking Harry Potter out here, dude. You ain't no fucking Harry Potter. You ain't no fucking Snape. You ain't no fucking Ron. Oh my fucking god. Why is that fucking heavy Batista sitting there? That's a trap, dude, isn't it? Let's go, dog. Holy upgrades, man. She bumper clutch your pussy, man. Got a bumper clutch every day, man. Alright, bitch.
Taste vengeance.
Guys, misery.
Taste vengeance.
Get it, fuck. Ah, bitch.
Taste vengeance.
Stop. Ah, hit, bitch.
Taste vengeance.
I don't get how you can attack me right away. Isn't there a cooldown? That's crazy. Come on, bitch. Ah, Batista hit. I can go there, dude.
Taste vengeance.
Yeah. Is that 37? I thought it had 37 on him.
GF.
Sit down, bitch.
GF.
Oh, the banger. Again, don't hit me.
Taste vengeance.
Hey, bitch. Oh, nigga, fuck, what you doing, mate? So unfair. Oh. Yeah, bitch.
Taste vengeance.
It's Fang 38. Holy fuck, 25 through prior?
Taste vengeance.
Hey!
Sit.
Dying on
Dying
my
on
hard
my
cry,
sim.
man.
Completed. GF.
Fuck. We got 2 motherfuckers. I'm gonna do some raids. Not getting very close, but
Exclamation mark rank LMS.
fuck, no ranked. He's unranked. Oh. That's all I did. Full inventory too. Shit. Holy. I am not gay, but I can be. Your body might be. Crystal lags. Some. Price you can't see them in the bank. Oh. Oh. It's been 11 full-time motherfucking years. Motherfuckers hate me like broken chandeliers. Grind non-stop like a crooked cop. Stop when I reach the top. Motherfuckers on my dick, giving me top. On a fucking continually. Like my name is Bailey. Billy. Billy, Billy, Billy. Oh. Hey there. Fuckers. Yeah, punch your cloud your bomber team. Hey, come on, man. Alright, hopefully I got everything I need. Inventory seems a bit light, but I'm gonna do it right, chat. You do. Give me a second, got some crazy heart pain coming on. If you can stretch my heart bone, heart muscle. Oh yeah. Virgin ascends. Virgin descends. Bad choice, obviously. By choice. Not by force. Some people are virgins by force, but I'm a virgin by choice. Yeah. It's been 11 cold dark motherfucking years. Motherfuckers hate me like broken shit on lids. Ride non-stop like a crooked cop. These motherfuckers hate me non-stop. Damn. I'm grinding. Fucking day. Motherfuckers hate me constantly. They ain't working hard like me. They working hard a day in their life. Most of the thing is too weak to pick up a knife. Dang.
Bro.
What's up, Doc? Holy shit, where you been, dude? Did you die? Oh, great. We're watching this in Norway, a video about Norway.
Happened at Thea THRE of Blood today.
We're just watching a video about Norway, dude. Nice, they probably glitched it, known faggots. Don't you ever ask me to run Tobe with you, dude? What the fuck?
DD.
I got the sight on my 5th top.
Why don't you ever ask me to run it, dude? Little dick weasel. Fuck, I'm still in the last man standing fucking world.
Because I just started it like last week. And I don't know if I can trust you with your skills.
Yeah, sure, I'm way better than you. I'll probably take all the fucking points. You'll probably make me to fuck. You'll probably make me using a ruined fucking scimitar in there. You'd probably just fucking make me use a ruined scimitar. That'd fucking be dealing too much damage. You're like, dude, you're getting all the fucking points, man. I'm like, dude, it doesn't fucking points are nothing, dude. I get more points than you get fucking less your voice. It doesn't matter. Dude, stop. You need to use a ruined scimitar, man. Stop. Stop using the fucking fang, dude. Stop. Use a fucking ruined scimitar.
When I carried you on Tombs of a Mascot, I did way too much DMG than you, so I don't know if
What do you mean? You were
Theater of Blood.
You're complaining about how much damage I did. You wanted me to use shittier fucking weapons. Fuck you, dude. You wanted me to use shittier fucking weapons. Fuck you. You lying motherfucker. God damn it, dude.
Ha 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 ha.
You lying motherfucker. Yeah, you mean you don't want me to carry you too hard so you don't get enough points?
God damn, I love you, bro.
Yeah, where you been, dog? Shit. We've been cutting a tree today and then cut another tree tomorrow. And the landscaping on Friday.
Been playing golf with my mom.
Oh, God. I'll play actual golf, not American golf. Because you know crazy shit they did be doing with their moms. Not American golf, whatever the fuck they're doing with their mom on Pornhub.
I got 2 oak plate drops in 120 KC.
Where the fuck's my split, dude? Why are you bragging, dude? No, over and out. Thank you.
I'm Iron Man.
What Iron Man in real life? Point. Close.
I also want to cut trees for a living. Did you need a degree for it, or how you got that job?
No, you just gotta be smart, not fucking stupid. Well, you have to know, if you're climbing, you have to know knots and shit like that. You have to know, like, fucking safe, like, tie-offs like that. Because you use ropes to climb. And yeah, and you use ropes to bring down the fucking logs. Or the fucking tree parts. The branches. Tree parts. Yeah, you gotta know knots and shit, but like not advanced knots. Like basically, if you know the dock knot, or how to like tie a boat to a dock, the knot that they use, so it's easy to undo and easy to fucking set up. It's called like a boater's knot or something like that, or a dock knot. If you know that, then like that's the basics of it. But you have to know how to fucking use a chainsaw and not fucking deal with the kickback constantly of a chainsaw, because chainsaws can kick back and kill you fucking instantly. Like a chainsaw is ripping through something, so of course you can kick back. Like a saw can kick back through fucking wood. You have to learn that, and like fucking like lots of endurance. It's very lucrative, but you gotta have lots of endurance to hold a chainsaw fucking day while holding on your ropes and pulling yourself up.
At 4 a.m. from New York, Norway versus Senegal. White Vikings vs Brown Monkeys. It was a good game.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking
Erling Haaland scored 2 goals.
FIFA's in Toronto, dude. It's in my city. I don't fuck with soccer. I think it's a girls' sport because they barely get hit and they go fucking flying. Just like basketball, they fucking pussies. Football is fucking like a man's sport. I think baseball and fucking soccer are fucking like soccer would be cool if there's not actually contact allowed, or if there's no contact allowed, one of the two. Not the shit that they fucking do now. They get hit a fucking little bit and they fly fucking 20 feet like acting. Like, dude, this isn't fucking Hollywood. This is FIFA. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This motherfucker gets kicked a fucking little bit. He goes flying 30 fucking feet, then rolls over 3 times and jumps up in the air. Then fucking rolls over, then fucking barrel rolls like 3 times across the fucking whole pitch.
There's too much acting in soccer. They roll too much.
Well, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This is a fucking Johnny Depp fucking action hero movie. Or a fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking action hero movie, dude. What the fuck you doing, dude? Like, yeah, she got kicked in the fucking leg. Just show the fucking referee the fucking bruise that it left and the red mark that it left, dude. You don't gotta fucking act fucking rolling across the fucking street half the fire, rolling across the fucking pitch the whole fucking time.
Arnold
it is really aggressive though.
What steroids cycle do you think Arnold was on?
Yeah, of course, dude. Why not, dude? That's when he takes steroids back in the fucking 80s and 90s, fucking 70s. That's the time to take steroids, dude. When bodybuilding allowed you to take steroids. When you can play baseball and fucking not get tested for steroids. I mean, I think baseball would be a lot fucking better if you can take it. Soccer and baseball would be so much fucking better if you're allowed to take steroids. If you're actually been promoted to take steroids while playing those sports. People be fucking kicking half-court fucking goals in soccer.
Baseball, they used Winstrol a lot.
Yeah, that's a common fucking... It's common. Yeah, soccer would be so much fucking better with steroids.
I took D-enable.
D-ball? Dynable? D-ball? Damn. My fucking thing. Dude, I already have a fucked up heart. If I took steroids, I'd probably die instantly. Die fast from like fentanyl. Although I have died from fentanyl before. When I was homeless, I did fentanyl and overdosed fucking instantly. But I was revived. Well, one of the times I was homeless. Which kind of makes, when you're homeless, you gotta do fentanyl at least once or twice, right? Because you got like 10 fate. Oh shit, am I gonna die today or? I'm gonna survive. We'll see.
I have Trenbolone equipose mast air on testosterone human chorionic gonadotropin melanotin 2 at home.
I can't. Got the whole fucking pharmacy at home, dog. Holy. Like fucking 10 different things, dude. I don't know Trenbolin, but holy. Testosterone, you can get testosterone injection, yeah. Good luck, Doug, holy.
My mom found.
No? You guys are rich, who the fuck cares? Does she expect you to go to the fucking gym? You're like, Mom, we're rich, we golf. You expect me to go to the fucking gym for 30 years? Or spend fucking 20 grand? Like, come on, Mom. Who the fuck cares if she found? You guys are rich, you guys golf all the fucking time.
She might cancel my golfing membership if I continue testosterone.
Just say you're feeling like a girl and you started lactating out of your nipples. That's why you started doing testosterone. Say you think your estrogen was high. Say you're starting to feel really feminine and like scared of loud sounds. And you're always panicking. Yeah, that should work, dude. But if that works, you owe me like $500, dude.
I'm going to a transgender clinic to get the testosterone.
Oh god, but you guys are rich. You guys can just buy them. Yeah, I wonder how many bodybuilders that fucking went there and be like, oh yeah, I feel like a girl, so can I get some legal testosterone? You've been a bodybuilder for your whole life. You definitely don't feel like a girl. Yeah, I know, but my vagina started bleeding the other day and I was pissed about it. My friend Lucas, I thought he was dating a dick of a guy. He started rambling about some shit. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, this guy's fucked. Oh, damn, dude. Just buy it, dude. You guys are rich. That's for people who need fucking help. Not for you wealthy folk to take advantage of it. Goddamn fucking white wealthy folks always taking advantage of the fucking poor people's shit. How the fuck did your mom find it? You gotta be, that's a fucking notice to stop it if your mom found it. You're
It's
stupid
easier
at
for
hiding.
transgender women to get testosterone
Yeah,
than
a lot.
a 25-year-old
No, it's a lot.
man with
It's a
low
lot easier.
testosterone that never went through puberty.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for a fucking 12-year-old fucking girl or a 9-year-old fucking girl to get testosterone treatment than fucking you. Yeah, that's right, dude. That is fucking completely fucking right. Just because it's some shit they sit on TikTok they're being taught in school. That's right, dude. Don't you think if your mom caught you, you should fucking... That's like fate telling you not to do it? Clearly you're too stupid to fucking hide it. You probably won't even do post-cycle therapy and you'll just end up fucking having way too much estrogen. And fucking just lactating at the fucking dinner table or something like that. Oh, broken piece of player. Yeah, dude, of course, dude. Unless you
I did
pretend you're
have breast
professional.
enlargement from the trenbolone.
Yeah,
I was
because-
not lactating, but my bobs were swollen.
Yeah, no shit, because you didn't do fucking PCT, post-psychotherapy, which fucking helps boost your fucking... you gotta do fucking estrogen blockers after each cycle. You gotta do like a cycle of fucking steroids and a cycle of fucking estrogen blockers, or else your estrogen's gonna fucking skyrocket. Yeah, dude. You hit yourself with so much fucking testosterone, your fucking estrogen's like, okay, well, I need to grow too. But you need to block it, dude. You can't just do steroids straight for fucking 20 years, dude. You gotta fucking do some post-cycle therapy in between each cycle. Or else you're gonna get titties and you're gonna fucking start lactating. Your balls probably won't even fucking start working, dude. They'll probably just stop working today. Like, oh, well, I don't need to fucking produce semen because I got tons of estrogen in my body. So therefore, semen is not needed. Right? So your body will think it's a fucking chick. That's why you gotta do post-cycle therapy and fucking block your estrogen.
I have estrogen blockers like Nolvadex and Clomid, but I
Yeah,
don't
Clomid's
use
really
because
good.
I never stopped injecting myself with testosterone.
Oh, use Clomid, dude. Clomid's really fucking good. Yeah, well, you're gonna get fucking... You're not gonna fucking feel the full effects, dude. You have to block your estrogen once in a while. Good fucking time, dude. You're not gonna get as much muscle growth if there's so much estrogen. Fuck, that's too slow. Yeah, you won't get good muscle. You won't get the full fucking amount, dude. Psychotherapy is just as fucking important, dude. You can even just do estrogen blockers.
What do you know about hormones?
Oh, I know a lot about everything because I'm left-handed. Like, my mind can learn fucking a lot of things and hold on to it, and they can push out the useless shit that it doesn't need. But basically, I know all about D-ball and Windstraw and all that shit.
You're an encyclopedia.
Kind of, dude, but my brain just pushes out the stupid shit. What, this one more? About some shit, dude, like drugs and shit, and mental health and shit like that, and psychology.
Trenbolone was the strongest I used. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's because it's fucking pure. It's a pure what's it called? Injection. It's like it's a pure testosterone injection. D-ball is for like D-ball is really fucking popular, but it's for like muscle growth and like strength and shit like that. Like that's what fucking a lot of people use to grow fucking big fast. Like D-ball is probably the most fucking popular one. Because people gain fucking huge really fast off that. But it's not as fast as you think, dude. You can't just fucking take steroids 3 or 4 times and expect to be fucking massive. You have to take them for fucking years and years. And you have to do proper fucking post-psychotherapy. Yeah, I can't afford years and years of steroids.
Anavar.
Oh yeah, that one's D-ball and Anavar are the best ones I heard. Or like the most common ones in bodybuilding. Yeah, Anavar and D-ball are the most popular ones. But Windstraw is really popular too, but there's like a lot of like D-ball is like a pill, and Anavar I think is a pill too. But there's injectable ones too. But some people prefer the pills, some people prefer injectables.
Have you heard about SARMs?
Yeah, it's close to the same thing. It's in the same field.
Ostarine S21 MK677 etc.
Yeah, Ostarine I've heard of. Yeah, I've heard of Ostarine. I think SARS is like close to the same, but it makes you even bigger, faster. Like, it's a lot more dangerous for you, some bullshit like that. Why are you waiting for me here, dude? Fuck. Just sitting there waiting for me, dude. Holy. Why would I make the dragonfly on him? Dragonfly. I need a defensive prayer when we get the dragonfly up, baby. On hit Chad. What are we doing, bud? There you go. 26. No, we got it. I Chad hit everyone. My little flyer Chad. No, it's not flying anymore, he's grounded. Nope. Fast. This mouse is fucked up. It's too fast. Man. Can't handle it, man. It's too fast.
Bro raids 4 coming. HTTPS.
Yeah, it's gonna be the worst fucking. It's gonna be the worst raid yet, dude. This development team's fucking shitty.
This ranged amulet coming soon this month.
Yeah, but this development team's shitty, dude. These guys ain't gonna be the program anything fucking good. Shadow him? Yeah, it's gonna be. I guarantee it's gonna be the worst fucking raid yet. I guarantee it, especially at the launch of sailing. These guys aren't gonna make a fucking shit show out of it. Oh, fucking be like, I told you guys so. Like, no, you didn't. I told you guys to tell me so. Like, dude, I told you guys fucking like 8 months ago this crazy shit. Damn, dude, I'm level fucking 80. Catch up. You definitely don't need to do that as an Iron Man.
Sailing is for losers.
Huh? I don't see why you're not doing it, dude. You play golf, dude. Play golf at fucking 25 years old, dude, or whatever. How old you say, golf's like an 80-year-old or 70-year-old man's game. Actually, no, maybe you are a winner because you're born into a rich family that can fucking afford golf for their kids. Yeah, maybe you are a winner, Doug. I was born into
Golfing
poverty.
is for the rich, wealthy, and high-status men, alpha men.
It's for senior citizens, to be honest. It's for wealthy people and senior citizens, dude. Don't fucking glaze yourself that hard, bud. Let's not get carried away now, man. I was born into fucking, poverty, dude. I never golfed a fucking day in my life. I went to the driving range, but that's like the fucking poor person's version of golfing. Yeah, I never went to the actual fucking golf course a day in my fucking life. I was born into poverty, dude. Holy.
I bet if I told you to quit golf to become part-time moderator here, you would accept my offer.
Or even bodybuilder. Or even part-time bodybuilder. Yeah. Yeah, dude, well, if you want to edit my videos, dude, if you want to take clips from my stream, dude, and edit those, I'll pay you weekly for that, dude. I'll pay you weekly for that, dude. You can edit clips from my stream. Just turn them into little fucking shorts or little videos. Alright. Bofu. Bofu. The Bofu. This boat fucks, man. Man, this boat fucks, man. The Bofu. It fucks. But you don't have to. I'm gonna grab the fucking hammers.
Bro, I've been watching you since December. Time flies too fast.
On you, baby. Nice here. Nice, yo, baby. I'm talking about St. Canada. Fucking rights, bud. That's what I'm fucking talking about, eh? Fucking rights, bud. Come down to the pond and play some fucking hockey, bud. Fucking rights, bud. No. You do not. No. Pussy clot, ya bomba tingy. Fuck, man, I'm gonna die now. Fucking hate this. This room's nowhere near as bad as this fucking spider room in Tobe, though. Let me tell you that, dude. Brother to brother? Fuck that room, dude. That room's like 10 times fucking longer, dude.
Ganjamin.
That room is more toxic than fucking Zolra's fucking asshole. Ganja man walk free. Now Ganja man is me. Now Ganja man walk free. The Ganja man is me. The Ganja man walks free. The Ganja man is me.
Bro, when I buff cat, I have to lay down and see patterns.
Ketamine, dude, nice, dude. I used to K-hole myself just for like fucking therapy. Yeah, fucking just K-holing yourself to lay in your own fucking bed is fucking awesome, dude. It's taking fucking a nice line that you know is like close to K-hole or a little bit over K-hole. And just fucking like doing that, just fucking like laying in your fucking bed and just enjoying the fucking trip. It's just fucking sick, dude. I haven't talked to my ketamine plug in fucking a while, but holy.
I
Don't
booked
forget.
it and listened to Harry Potter music.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's intense, dude. No, don't walk in there, man. Fuck, man. Why are you walking all the shit shows, man?
LOL. Don't die.
Come on. All the bombs are gone. We're good. Done. Get me up. Rid of my poison.
I need a Yama partner sometimes.
Nice, Doug. Yama's hard as shit, eh? I have to fucking two make it shit up, so hopefully we can fuck his ass up, but... Oof. I need this. We got the sort of
Yama
gap.
is easy, you need to learn it so we can squad
No,
up.
it's cause I used to do it fucking solo, that's why. I didn't fucking with a partner, dude. I used to do it fucking solo for so long. That's why I think it's hard. If I have a partner, it's fucking a lot easier.
I do solos now, but it's so long.
Yeah, exactly. So, 0, perfect. Alright, that's what you like to see.
Love this music.
Bam, 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 bam. Beach music, dog. Yeah, RuneScape. Did you hear fucking RuneScape's Dead Man fucking music? It was like RuneScape's music infused like fucking metal. Did you fucking see the Dead Man live event? That music was fucking sick, dog. I don't know why the fuck they won't put that shit in the fucking game. They make us listen to this fucking crap. This other fucking bullshit they put in the fucking game. Yeah, RuneScape Dead Man fucking music was fire, dude. That shit was off the fucking chain. I had that. This one. We damage? Come with damage, yo. Feds locked them up, man. Come on with damage, man. One ball. And I woke up this morning and noticed I only had one ball. One ball. One ball. I woke up this morning and noticed I only had one ball. Oh fuck, it's gonna hurt. We only got one ball, but that's one more than y'all. Me got one ball, and me still taller than you all.
Please like the video, dogs.
Me only got the one ball, but me still got more ball than y'all. I got one ball, but that is okay, man, because we got one ball more than you. One ball. One ball. I woke up this morning and noticed I only have one ball left. One ball. One ball. I woke up this morning and noticed I only had one ball. I woke up this morning and noticed I only had one ball. Me only got one ball. That's one more than y'all. You got 0 ball. So, me, I'm the man and you not.
Bro, I watch this stream and in my apartment I visualize beating you like I am Mike Tyson air fisting you. Many air fists fast.
Self-defense, you're
Super
dead.
fast slaps.
Too bad. Self-defense, you're dead, dude. Self-defense, dude, you're dead. Too bad. You're not even asleep, dude. You're dead. Done. No, you're overkill, dude. That just killed your baby, your unborn baby. That wasn't your fucking testicles. That wasn't even fucking shot out of you yet.
How would you defend yourself if I drugged you with GHB?
I'd probably offer you some, dude. Yeah, dude, come get fucked up too, dude. Oh shit, I forgot to
You
put
would
back.
not be able to move while I kick you.
Not even, dude. You ain't gonna kick shit but yourself in the fucking dick every time you try. Cause I'm gonna block them all, dude. I'll talk about drugging
arms
people
would
with
be like
GHB,
spaghetti.
dude. That's a fucking rape weapon, dude. Don't talk
While
about
mine is hard like steel.
Don't touch. No, yours is hard like steroids. It's fake, dude. Calm down. Take a shotgun, dude. Shotgun's up. Screwdriver's out. Penetration inbound. Penetration
Shotgun.
complete.
Don't spill it.
Oh yeah.
Bro, when are we getting a Modern Warfare 2 stream?
What the fuck? This isn't 2010, dude. What the fuck? It's too late, dude. I was playing fucking Call of Duty 4 semi-pro with fucking pro players. Art of Execution. I was playing with Art of Execution all the fucking time. You missed the fucking Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2 days, dude. The fucking SOCOM 3 for PS2 days. Holy, that's what started it all, dude. SOCOM 3 for PS2. Yep. And then RuneScape. And then fucking Call of Duty 4 for 360. Motherfucker said J-tagged Xboxes, give me up to 10 prestige for free. You can send me a $10 PayPal fucking code. Like, yo, dude, I'm poor as shit, dude. I don't even have $10 to my name. Like, oh, dude, alright, it's okay, dude. You can just come in for free, dude. It's cool. Alright, sweet.
MW2 is my most played game.
Oh, don't hit me, please. Nice. Look at my fucking heels in this bag. Nice, dude. I used to fucking play Modern Warfare 2 and run around with the Glock G18s. Akimbo Glocks. Just drop shot people all the
RuneScape is
fucking
for
time.
kids. Maybe we should start playing Battlefield.
RuneScape's for adults. I used to play it as fucking kids. I'd run around in fucking Modern Warfare 2 with the fucking Akimbo Glocks. And just drop shot the fucking shit out of
Intervention was my
people.
weapon of choice.
Oh, I just drop shot the shit out of fucking people and piss off so many fucking people. Like, dude, what the fuck you doing, dude? Calm down.
I only played Search and Destroy with Intervention.
Yeah, I played Search and Destroy a lot. Hell yeah. I played tons of Search, dude. Right around drop shotting people the whole fucking time. I don't think I even got like one kill.
GL Bud.
I don't think I even got one kill that wasn't a fucking drop shot, dude. I drop shot the shit out of so many fucking people on that game. But I haven't had the guy yet. I've won.
I 316 scoped a lot of noobs. A lot of squeakers. This lobbies was insane.
Yeah. Right,
So
brother.
many screaming kids.
Yeah. You're probably one of them.
I was one of them.
You on, nigga? Where the fuck you going, mate? He's a big boss, not a little boss, dude. Where the fuck you going, dude?
Ambrosia.
Right, brother. Easy button. God, so nigga. Dumb. Dingy ass motherfucker. More. Can I have Iraq him off the bat? Nice. Nice. Alright, 8% is the first one. That's very loud, eh? Yeah. A click. Yeah. Alright, 71 bomb. 50% the next set of skulls. Got it. Gather. Nice. 43. Bitch. Get home from work. Come on, bitch. Don't name me today. It's had a rough day. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Nice, nice one. Banger, what bang? Alright. Shout out for the rest of it. Easy kill. Easy down, Chads. Easy down. Easy fucking down there, bud. Easy down there, bud, eh? Fucking right spot, eh? So we got the bar above us that tells us when we can attack, right? Just move and you can attack. Just walk around, fucking attack. Not to worry about counting these goddamn fucking
Your
6
nickname
tips.
should be Dale the Pitbull.
What the fuck, dog? I'm not a dog. I'm not fucking a human dog. I mean, I'm a human, but I'm not a human dog. I'm not a canine. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm a dog, but I'm not a fucking canine.
Woof woof. Hit and move, hit and
Hang
move.
down.
I can't hear you, Lady S.
Come on, ladies, turn it up. I can't hear you. Hit and move. Hit and move. Hit and move. Come on, ladies, I can't hear you. Hit and move. Hit and move. Hit and move. Come on, ladies, step it up. Power hour, 1 hour left. Hit and move. Hit and move. Hit and move. Come on, ladies, I can't hear you. Hit and move. It's like me leading a fucking speed cycle gym. It's like if I was a fucking speed cyclist and I had the fucking headphone on or the fucking microphone on. Yo.
You forgot to take your medicines this morning.
850k? Holy. Okay, I fucks with that. I fucks with that.
Wow, nice drop.
I fucks with that, dude. I fox with it, dude. White-tailed fox, red fox, black fox, albino fox. I fox with that.
WTFFF.
Yeah, snappies, dude. The seeds, dude. It's because motherfuckers know I plant the seed. Motherfuckers know that. They're like, yo, fuck you, you didn't get a purple, but we'll give you some fucking snapey dragon seeds. The snappers. The dragon snappers. Alright, anybody want to play? 2-player? I got an extra controller if you guys want to play. You just have to bring your own mouse. Yeah, it's 2-player, you guys just have to bring your own mouse. If anybody wants to play 2-player. Oh? I'm probably just way too good for you guys anyways. Like, fuck, man, I don't want to die in front of this game and embarrass myself. It's okay, dude. If you guys don't know a fight, I can teach you through it, dude. Steven always grieving. Steven's giving up on his tower. Yeah, Steven's giving up completely. Like, fuck this shit, dude. I ain't doing this, man. Motherfuckers are beating me out of the fucking leaderboard.
I'm at Cree.
Better not be in a PK world, dude, because I'm gonna fucking hop in there and slam your ass really quick. Better fucking not beat it, actually, probably aren't. Yeah, you're in 390. Yeah, Steven's in 390. Watch. Damn, it's probably the only server you can fucking get less than fucking 300 ping on, dude, being in fucking New Zealand. I want that slow Rex. I don't want that slow sex. I want that slow Rex. That slow Rex. I don't want that slow sex. That slow sex. I just want that slow Rex. Alright, so. Hopefully he's going through a troublesome grind now and helps his dumbass Iron Man out. Oh yeah, Steven, check it out, dog. Got the White Widows. Oh yeah. Got a whole bag of White Widows. They're not Australians because they're not Australian White Widows because they're not spiders. They're weed. So it's Canadian White Widow, but yeah, American fucking White Widows or fucking Australian White Widows are probably like 10 feet tall.
Bro. I'm watching bee videos. What a coincidence.
Nice, dude. You guys sick videos you want me to watch, dude? You guys sick New Zealand videos you want to watch? Or do you want to watch a video or fucking Newfoundland, New Zealand, fucking Norway, whatever the fuck it's called? Or do you want to watch the video on the Norway church burnings? Made by Mayhem, the first black metal band in history from Norway. Yeah.
Watch videos on Erling Holland.
Okay. Chat okay at that? Well, too bad nobody else is here in chat except fucking Toast over here. Erling, is that a common name over there? Erling Haaland? Alright. What's the search bar?
A warning was circulating on Facebook across Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino County, listing 4 women found dead within a single month. Crystal Leah McCarthy, age 37.
Search, dog. I don't want to hear shit about dead women, dude. Come on, search. Oh, it's fucking it's soccer? I can't watch this. I'll get caught. Why does he look like this, dude? What the fuck? Why does he look like this, dude? What the fuck? This is what people in Norway look like? Why is he just? Why is he just have 2 fucking bumps and 2 fucking rumples in his fucking forehead? Yeah, I can't watch this. It's a soccer player. This is in Toronto, dude. FIFA World Cup in Toronto, my city. Holy shit, dude. He looks rough, dude. I guess that's how people in Norway look. Surprising my haters.
Look it up. Geofinder Norway.
Okay. Oh, Geofinder guy? What's his name? Like something Rain or something like that? Search. Geofinder or
GeoGuessr Norway.
GeoGuessr Norway. Town center. America finds some of these beautiful cities.
And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we're going to explore Norway, and we're going to do it on the GeoGuessr game map of Norwegian town and city centers. We're going to do this game as a no time limit moving challenge. The play along link, for those of you that want to play along, will be in the description below. And off we go to Norway, a different map that we haven't played before. And let us know if you're checking in from Norway. Where are you from in Norway? In the comments down below. And what are you doing?
No way.
On the weekend, what do you do? Do you ski? Do you work out? Do you go watch a football match? A hockey match? What do you do? It is the 25th of January, 2025. And we've got Norwegian town.
The fuck is that, dude? It's like somebody's trying to spell something. They just mixed a whole bunch of fucking letters together. What the fuck? Got Ann and Stephanie. What the fuck is this, dude? Holy shit. Langerbury.
Yes, golf.
City centers. Okay, so let's see. Fusion of Asia takeaway.
What a piece of shit fucking bike, dude. Nobody's gonna steal that fucking bike. Not even a
You can
crackhead.
play that game GeoGuessr.
Let's see.
That would be fun to watch.
Alright, if you want me to. I'm good at it. Yeah.
That would be top content.
All right.
LOL.
Character did. Can other people see me? Like, if I'm a girl, will people go easier on me? Like, if I can go one-on-one, can I
Okay,
type?
this will be fun.
Can I type to somebody and be like, "Yo, I'm a girl. Can you go easy on me?" Will that give me an advantage if I pick a girl character? Like RuneScape, you get an advantage if you pick a girl character. Like everybody
Take a
just
black
do.
character.
Yeah, should I pick the black? There's only one. Well, should I pick the black girl character? Like, can I talk to other people? Actually, what the fuck is? That's not a girl. There's only one girl
Black
character.
and call it monkey.
Yeah, that's a guy. That's a guy. That's an Asian guy. That's a girl vampire. That's a black or brown guy. That's a fucking hipster. That's fucking a Chad. Holy, that's Speedo Steven. Holy, look at him, dude. All he's missing is fucking Spoundo. He's wearing a dress, but if he was wearing a Speedo, that'd be Speedo Steven right there. Holy. Jeez. What a jizz. Well. Oh shit, dude, you got $8 Canadian? I played it? The fuck is this? Are you gonna play the daily challenge? God damn it. What a scam. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's Jamaica right off the bat. Yeah, it has to be Jamaica. Right off the fucking bat. You can tell by the sky. You can tell by the sky the amount of trees. If you plant marijuana right here, this is going to grow right up to the fucking sky. This is definitely fucking Jamaica. Yeah, this is definitely Jamaica. This has to be fucking Jamaica. Fuck Jamaica on this goddamn map, dude. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it has to be fucking Jamaica. I'm guessing South Jamaica. Look at all the fucking trees. Look at the fucking wildlife and shit. Like, you can grow weed on this planet. If right here, something can grow fucking to the sky. This has to be. What the fuck is it? Oceania? No fucking way. Australia's not even fucking real. Why is this on the game, dude? Australia is even real. How is this on the game? Australia isn't even real.
LOL.
You bloody Wakata. Wakata. Lake Tampico.
Canada is fake too then.
Yeah, how the fuck's Australia? It's not fair. Australia's not even the fucking game.
Oh.
The morgue? Okay. Well, this is probably Philippines, most likely. Looks like a shithole. Some motherfucker bitching about yoga. Yeah, this has to be the Philippines. It's definitely not Jamaica, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's somewhere
Wrong
fucking.
again. LOL.
Close, dude. South of Thailand, man. Vietnam. That's close, dog. 945 kilometers. That's pretty fucking. Oh, this has to be Alabama. Oh, this most likely has to be Alabama. Lots of motels around. Oh, fuck, yeah.
Wow,
What kind of
close.
cars you guys have? Oh, you guys just normal cars. Okay, this is somewhere in fucking... Fuck? There's all the trucks,
That's
dude.
Mexico.
Yeah, and most likely because the cars, dude. Hell for a walk, dude? Holy fuck, it's just all cars. Language is this? Banca Tony. Some is Spanish, I'll tell you that, dog. I see a fucking sign or some fucking language in your guys' fucking city, or is it just all motels? Some by California. Maybe South California? Oh, cars though. Okay, but around here. Oh! Oh, fucking I don't know where Dominican Republic is, man. Holy shit.
Dang.
Oh, this is definitely in Europe. You can tell by the buildings. Yeah, it's definitely in Europe.
Close enough.
This might be where Norway is. It's very close to Norway, I'll tell you that. We go for a run down the street. Is that a white man in the car or a black man looking? We should be able to tell very easy if we can see the driver of this car. Close, dude. Holy fuck, okay, fuck you then. Yeah, this is somewhere fucking in Europe, dude. This might even be in the UK.
LOL.
This might even be in the UK. Oh, dog. Holy. What the fuck is that, dude? Where's it in? Oh, France. Should have guessed. Close to Paris, I should have guessed. Oh, French. Hi.
LMAO.
Oh, this is the fucking Middle East for sure. Yeah, this is definitely somewhere in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. Looks like a rocket. I think this is somewhere in the Middle East. Won't get Afghanistan.
India.
Close. Nepal. Oh wait. Is this Bhutan? Bhutan? Oh, is this China? Close to China, yeah. Close to India and Afghanistan, yeah, makes sense. I play somebody? Okay. Germany. No, Jizz from Canada, let's go. Oh, it's China for sure.
The world is crazy big.
It's China for sure. All people are Chinese. Alright, it's probably somewhere in Europe. Oh shit, we guessed the same place in Oceania. I told you Australia's not real, dude. It's Oceania. Fucking told you, man. Fuck is it?
Content.
Palm trees, so it's 5 California. Anna from Berlin, oh shit. Freedom, it's from Brazil.
Hug Church. HTTPS Discord GG.
Dick's Hardware, oh this is somewhere in America. Dick's Hardware? The only name ship Dick's in fucking 9 Gold Street, yeah, Jewish people, that's America. Manhattan.
Looks like NEY York.
What's Manhattan? Where the fuck's Manhattan? Oh, I'll put New York City. It's in Manhattan, dude. Manhattan Auto Care. Okay, no, bud.
Looks
Good
like
luck.
Toronto.
Close. Fuck is it? Mexico. More flags? It's Aspen, Mexico. No trucks at all, just cars and a motorcycle. Told you, dog.
This is intense.
Flawless Express victory. Gee, Doug, I can't talk to them, so. Oh, that's all I get? That's all I get for today. I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it if I want to play this. Oh. Everything good comes to an end.
WTFFFF. Gotta buy Ilmapoo. Hell nah.
Yeah, it's so popular. Of course they put a price tag on it. It's really popular. Huh?
Today, Rog and myself will be
Good night,
completing
mate.
medium, hard, elite, and master clues to see who can get the most expensive item. Because whatever your
Steven.
most expensive item is, you'll get to sell on the GE and buy one item to bolster
Steven.
your PK gear for the fight. And it's safe to say
Steven.
there is some crazy RNG in this video. B's and G's, welcome back to another PvP
There you go,
challenge.
Steven. A
Today,
clue
we've
scroll
got the
video
clue
for you.
scrolls, and I'm going to jump in and do the mediums to start with.
There you
The
go,
reason for this
Steven.
is obviously the mediums could contain rangers, and then we'd have like 20 plus mil to spend on an item in the GE.
There's actually a little funny story I want to tell real
Don't
quick.
touch
You
it.
see the boots on my feet? I like to get my clues all in the bank before I actually open them for videos like this, and I needed a master, and I wanted to do medium clue scrolls to get the master. So I opened up quite a bit of mediums yesterday, really late last night, to prepare to film this video, and it turns out I got ranger boots. I didn't record it because again it was really late and I wasn't expecting it, so I have a little screenshot I took to show Link actually because I thought it was hysterical. But yeah, so my RNG is pretty nuts right now on getting the boots. Let's hope we get another pair in 5, but let's crack into it. Thought that was a funny story, and let's see if we can continue that luck. All right, we got our first chest. Let's see what we get. Some food for the fight. We'll definitely get a full inventory of something along the way. There's a lot of clues, but I guess it's good to see early. In terms of the weapons, though, that's
2.7K.
Casket number 2. The only thing we really want for mediums, aside from rangers, of course, is a necklace of some kind. A power ammy, a strength ammy. I guess a blessing works too in that category, but any of the big ticket items, weapons, armor, we're just not going to get them from mediums. Medium casket number 3. Ooh, let's hope that's not our best weapon, or I'm in a lot of trouble. Medium casket number 4 of 5.
Yeah.
We want that necklace. We ain't getting it. All right, last medium. Come on, give me the necklace. Give me the necklace. Yes. All right, that's all we really wanted. That's big. Okay. All right. We got the blessing and the power. We're looking goods going into the hards.
All right, we have our first casket. Let's see if we get anything. Not
It's
really,
gonna take forever.
not great at all. Okay, let's
Ah,
keep going.
power, fuck
Although
that.
the sword
One plant more than a cotton. That's interesting.
This plant next to me is an icon of the desert. It's pollinated by native bees. It's food for lots of tortoises. and birds. It's a cornerstone of the community. It's on the goddamn Mexican flag. And it's one of the most destructive plants
on the goddamn Mexican flag
in history. This plant is the prickly pear cactus in the genus Opuntia. It's a staple of this land here, the southwestern United States. Along with the deserts of Mexico, the plains of Canada, the Caribbean, Central America, the Midwest, the eastern U.S., and the Galapagos, which is home to lots of tortoises and birds. Birds like blue-footed boobies, which lay their eggs on bare rock because they haven't had anything to be scared of for thousands and thousands of years. Opuntia's native range is enormous. It's biggest of all the cacti, extending from 56 degrees north in Canada all the way down into South America. But way, way down south, on the opposite end of the globe, this cactus has been known by such names as a growing evil, the green hell, the green death, and the fitting target of 3 million kilograms of a toxic mixture of arsenic pentoxide and sulfuric acid. See, Opuntia, like all cacti, is native to the Americas, and this one simple fact would have incredible consequences. It would also inspire a series of desperate moves, counter moves, and counter moves that continued to haunt all of Australia. And maybe the rest of the world too.
Australia, mate.
Matter.
Fucking Australia, mate.
Whether it's the Sahara Desert, the Arabian Desert, the Gobi Desert, the Great Australian, Kalahari, or Syrian deserts, the Taklamakan Desert, or the Louisiana Plateau, take your pick. None of them have native cacti, except for one species found in Africa and Sri Lanka, which probably got there in the tuft or in the gut of a migratory bird. Prickly pear got to Australia in the gut of a ship full of settlers in 1788. It was valued as a hardy, attractive, ornamental plant, easy to grow and nicely suited to the arid Australian climate. Cultivation of the cactus was a wild success, and by the early 1900s, Opuntia was showing off just how easy to grow and nicely suited it was to the arid Australian climate. By going rogue and infesting 20 million hectares of the Australian countryside in a, quote, horror of spines. This so-called green wave, spreading at over 1 million hectares a year, is that right? That is extremely fast, was so impenetrable and spiny that farms had to be abandoned over more than 10 million hectares. Homes were left behind, cultivated fields were overtaken, and entire communities were fragmented.
Where's my split, dog? Fuck, dude, you owe me fucking 4 mega rares, dude.
They couldn't
goddamn scammer.
They couldn't blow it up.
God damn it, I'm recording you to Jags, dude. You goddamn scam the shit out of me, Steven. Out of your flexing your fucking shitty ass drops.
Poison, grazing, and being
God damn it. God damn it, Bobby. God damn it, Bobby!
Hundreds of little tiny pieces can regenerate. Some roots, a pad, a bud, a fallen fruit, or a flower can spawn a whole new thicket of cactus.
Thicket?
Not to mention the birds, who eat the fruit and spread the seeds far and wide. The Australian government offered a reward of $600,000 AUD in today's money, or lack thereof, for anyone who could come up with a solution.
You want this piece of meat? Come on then!
Some 700 proposals
Please like the video, dogs.
And over half a decade later, ideas like mustard gas, flamethrowers,
and
the introduction of even more rabbits, which was a truly desperate and possibly insane thing for anyone to suggest,
on New Zealand, Stephen.
were all thrown out.
You're on your fucking New Zealand island with your Speedo on. Because the Australians are fucked.
Their lack of success was not for lack of trying.
You got kangaroos there, you got fucking...
Stop!
Goddamn shit show half the fucking time. You get 9 out of fucking 10 people that work in trades for some fucking reason, but nothing's being built around the fucking city.
The birds didn't listen, so they killed them. A bounty was put on the heads of emus and crows and currawongs, which was claimed over 300,000 times.
300,000 times. Holy.
3 million kilograms of arsenic pentoxide and sulfuric acid were applied all over the land.
Holy, sulfuric acid.
And it didn't help either. Crikey, mate.
Crikey.
Some serious shit.
Keeping me dick off, mate. You bloody wanker.
Conspiracy, a bioweapon. It's a GMO super
You bloody bloke. Keeping me dick off.
No, it wasn't. This is important. It was just a regular old cactus, weaponized by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. This fight was interrupted by World War I. But once the world's evils were defeated and the Aussies set down their guns, they came home to a domestic evil that was still far from being put down. Until a new joint task force finally found a magic bullet. But the question was this: would this magic bullet wipe out the cactus like they hoped? Or would it blow up in their faces, like helping out your local economy by putting in a data center? Either way, the Aussies right back up and
by putting in a data center
that they had left. They would bring in a second non-native species to hunt down the first. This was an attempt at biological vengeance. Now, the strategy of using an invasive to catch an invasive has a mixed track record. At times it's worked, and at other times it's turned a minor headache into a full-scale DEFCON 1 clusterfuck. Another landmass with similar properties to Australia is Hawaii.
Australia, mate.
Can you hear the ocean? Nice. In 1936, Hawaii, God, fuck damn, dude. In 1936, Hawaii became the unfortunate and unwilling host to the giant African snail, Achatina
I don't trust these data centers.
It was an agricultural pest with no natural enemies.
Fuck, you want to use AI to fucking put pictures of fucking cats with hats?
I guess they weren't really
Put hats on, put fucking hats on cats and make AI pictures. Fuck you mean, Steven?
Snail, aka Euglandina rosea, aka the cannibal snail, was brought in from Central America to sort out that problem by preying on Achatina fullica. And prey it did, but not upon the giant African snail. No, it mostly left those alone. Instead, the rosy wolf snail found itself in a whole new world, full of vibrant, eye-catching, and vulnerable native snails. And prey it did. There were once a good 700 species of snails endemic to the Hawaiian Islands. Now a good 90% of them are extinct, and the ones that hung on are
He cuts out his own fucking edits and shit like that's crazy.
Croak too. Introducing the wolf snail to the Hawaiian Islands was like bringing a gun to a knife fight. All of the wolf snail's prey and competitors had been content stabbing each other to death for tens of thousands of years, fully unaware that guns existed. Hawaii is famous for being the site of many knife fights to which similar guns as Euglandina rosea have been brought. And so too is Australia.
Australia, mate.
Hawaii and Australia are isolated landmasses. This has made them hotspots of unique life. The same can be said for other islands like the Galapagos, which opened Charles Darwin's eyes to the forces that shape life into new and different forms.
Birds.
And Australia might well be the land of new and different forms.
Yeah, Australia, the birds attack you, apparently.
Nearly half its birds, 69% of its mammals, 93% of its amphibians, and 94% of its reptiles are endemic to the continent, meaning that they're not just native, but they're found nowhere else on Earth.
Oh, fuck.
But like the bluefin
Platypus
of the Galapagos, who lay their eggs on bare rocks because they've had nothing to be scared of for thousands and thousands of years.
And you get your shopping bag.
Australia's long isolation has made its life somewhat naive.
And you put it over the kangaroo.
To the world beyond its borders.
And it will fall in. Like that.
Making it particularly susceptible to a takeover.
How to catch a kangaroo.
Here in southern Utah, among the deserts of the Southwest, there are cacti left and right. In recent news, Utah, in its unprecedented wisdom, plans to trade its remaining water, perhaps including the shrinking Great Salt Lake, in a partnership with Canadian billionaire Kevin O'Leary to build a data center twice the size of Manhattan, or twice the size of Hispaniola, the southernmost of the Galapagos Islands. And while this move might look like a bout of method acting ahead of O'Leary's next big role as a money-grubbing villain,
In this character, they said, look, we're looking for a real a-hole, and you're it.
a deeper look reveals genuine
Oh, it's the guy from Shark
intentions
Tank.
to make better watered parts of this state more habitable to cacti. Thanks, Kevin.
I think this a-hole thing could be working for me at this point.
Because more than anything, what makes a cactus is its ability to handle a lack of water. The defining feature of a cactus, setting them apart from other drought-adapted chaps like agave or yucca, euphorbia, or the future grandchildren of Utah's current adult population, is areoles. Areoles, not areolas. That's more to do with nipples. Areoles are where cacti do their growing. Spines, for instance, which are modified leaves, grow from areoles to defend from herbivores and from people like me. Ow. They also conserve water by cutting down on surface area and reducing airflow over the stem. The stem! That's the main body of the cactus, where it stores most of its water. They're modified, and they're unusual, and they're also a great place to do photosynthesis. Cactus photosynthesis is modified and unusual. They only open their stomata, which are kind of like their little air holes that they breathe through and transpire water out of, at night, when the hot air won't rob them of all their moisture that they have fought so hard to protect. Pineapple and agave do this too. So do euphorbia, which resemble cacti in a lot of ways. No one knows yet what the future inhabitants of Utah will be able to do, but in a dried-out wasteland full of cannibalistic warlords, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm a vampire.
On top of their stupendous rotundity and waxy outer layer, cacti can absorb water like a goddamn saguaro in the Mojave. It's been said that a full-grown
So
saguaro
if you ever get thirsty in the
can absorb as
desert,
much as
just cut down a
760
cactus.
liters of water.
Holy.
A single thunderstorm, or just a normal rainstorm, even if there's no thunder. But for how
Jesus
well adapted
Christ, that's a lot of
cacti
water,
are,
dude.
there are checks and balances in their home ecosystems that keep them from ravaging the damn place. Like in Australia, where they ravage.
Australia, mate.
These cacti, for example, they look like hell. These white splotches are the waxy coating, made by scale insects called cochineal. Once they latch onto a cactus and secrete their protective juices, they're stuck on there forever, sucking the life out of the thing until the infected parts waste away. A useful metaphor for such a parasite. I don't even have to say it.
Succubus.
That's one useful metaphor. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
North American animals like pronghorn, wood rat, cottontail, white-tailed jackrabbit, black-tailed jackrabbit, bison, peccary, bobwhite, and so on,
Bobwhite.
are all known to take a bite out of prickly pear every once in a while, along with tortoises and birds, as we've mentioned. But more to the point, in the case of an Australian continent that had been invaded to the gills with prickly pear, are the moths that are notorious pests of this here cactus. One such moth, native to Argentina, is known as Cactoblastus cactorum.
Cactoblastus?
And this moth,
holy fuck's naming these
combination with
motherfuckers.
the cochineal bug that's eating this cactus alive, composed the 1-2 magic bullet that the Aussies hoped and prayed would save them from their horticultural sins. It was time they brought their own gun to this gunfight.
Australian gun? Holy shit, that's probably like a fucking rocket launching gun. It's probably a rocket launcher that shoots guns, dude.
In 1925, the Cactoblastus cactorum moth was introduced to Australia from Argentina.
Australia, mate.
The first 10 million eggs were distributed in the following couple years.
And they rolled
stood
into
everything to
joints
gain
and
by
smoked.
introducing the moth,
By
but
Australians.
there was still so much that could go wrong. A second introduced species had the potential to go rogue and add to the list of problems. And Steve Irwin hadn't even died yet so things could still get way worse. Corky, mate, they said. Let's do this shit. By 1930, over 3 billion moth eggs had been released. And in combination with the cochineal bug, the effects of the moth were miraculous. So miraculous that segments of prickly pear infested with cochineal were selling for up to $20,000 in today's Australian money. It was a spectacular, near-magic success. Unbelievably, in the span of just a few short years, a giant, choked-out wilderness of spines had collapsed.
Nice.
Wow. In 1936, the invasion was declared to have been overcome, and in
Holy.
1940, 95% of the invasive cactus was gone. It actually worked really well.
Damn.
It worked so well, in fact, that it inspired the later introduction of another invasive species that makes prickly pear look like the goddamn minor leagues for babies. But that's a story for another day.
Oh, shit.
Thank God. Cacti like Opuntia are important parts of their home ecosystems, and the millions of years that shaped them have also created checks on their spread. But in the wrong setting, that same prickly pear, or rosy wolf snail, or Canadian billionaire profiting off of massive scale personalized pornography servers, well, they can be, I guess, a great way to extinguish native life forms. In any case, context is everything. Hell, that same moth that they used to curb the prickly pear in Australia, well, it now threatens cacti in some parts of the United States, where the moth is considered invasive. What a fun twist. The regrettable power of mismatched evolutionary context has made invasive species the second biggest destroyer of life on Earth, second only to habitat loss.
North Centennial Island iceberg? What the fuck?
Can be...
What is this?
There's no denying that North Sentinel Island is world famous.
North Sentinel Island.
North Sentinel Island.
North Sentinel Island.
North Sentinel Island.
The North Sentinel Island.
And why is this 60 square kilometer jungle-covered island in the middle of the Indian Ocean so famous? You know why. If you ask anyone if they've ever heard of that island with the uncontacted tribes still living in the Stone Age, they'll say yes. They might not know it by name, but they'll say yes. The people of North Sentinel Island remain totally resistant to the modern world and consistently refuse to allow those of us living in it to impose themselves onto their island. And what's better at firing imagination than something that's so completely off limits? But contrary to what most people would reasonably assume from the constant usage of the terms Stone Age and uncontacted in anything associated with the island online, the islanders are the furthest thing away from being uncontacted. And they use iron tools and have probably been doing so for millennia. There's a shockingly long history of outsiders encountering the Sentinelese and attempting to coerce the islanders into accepting their friendship. But despite not being able to communicate with us, the Sentinelese always make their position clear. It's their island, and we
I was on the shore.
Their closest living relatives on the larger islands of the Andaman Archipelago, which North Sentinel is part of, have almost all acquiesced to outside influence, though to differing degrees. First, in the 19th century, the British made the islands a penal colony and attempted to coerce the islanders into submission by both impressing them with presence and with brute force. After the islands were given to India in the middle of the 20th century, the Indians have attempted to coerce the Andamanese into accepting coexistence with the island's massive population of Indian settlers with both presence and brute force, though they have at least tried to be a bit more compassionate and protective. Either way, all the groups that have opened themselves up to us are worse off for it. They've contracted horrible diseases, their land has been seized, their forests have been chopped down, their pigs have been poached, their populations have dwindled, and ultimately their original way of life, so ancient it has no age, is going extinct. But that's not so for the Sentinelese. They're willing to accept the odd gift now and again, or at least they were, but if you overstay your welcome and ignore their warnings to leave, they'll riddle you with arrows. But even despite that, I was completely blown away by how much information there really is.
Go
about
the
this
gun,
island
you'll be set.
and how fascinating and deep the history of our ill-fated attempts at winning them over really is. Even though it's just a tiny little island in the middle of the ocean, you wouldn't believe how deep the story of this place goes. The iceberg I made in my attempt at summing up everything we know about the place is so dense,
Okay,
and by
let's
the way,
see.
I'm probably missing a lot, that
Marco
I'm afraid
Polo,
we won't be
13th
able to cover
century.
everything on it today. The video would just be way too long, and I've spent way too much
The
time
first
away to
days-
justify making it any longer than it is
9th
already.
century
So
Arabs.
today we'll be covering the top half of the iceberg,
Alright,
a
tell us
summation
some.
of all the best-known vignettes from the island's history, and all the baseline information there is to know about the Sentinelese and their closest relatives. So without further ado, let's begin. The John Allen Chow Incident, 2018. If you've heard anything about North Sentinel Island, it's probably something involving this incident. The needless death of 26-year-old American evangelical missionary John Allen Chow when he attempted to preach the gospel to the Sentinelese back in 2018. It made headlines all over the world, and many others have already covered the story in way more depth than I ever could, and there's a lot else to cover, so I'm just going to go over the basic facts, focusing on what exactly he saw and wrote about in the days immediately preceding his untimely demise on the island. Chow was an avid outdoorsman from just south of the border from me in Vancouver, Washington. He was also an EMT, a soccer player, a globe-trotter, and most importantly to him, a dedicated Christian missionary. As such, it seems that he was fascinated by stories of adventure and survival beyond the limits of modern society. You know, like Robinson Crusoe and Hatchet, from a pretty young age. But he was especially fascinated with stories of missionaries contacting and converting remote tribes in Africa and the Amazon. And in a dark twist of irony, he was especially drawn to the story of Jim Elliot, one of 5 missionaries killed by Amazonian natives in the jungles of Ecuador back in 1956. After seeing that the people of North Sentinel Island were listed as being some of the last people on Earth who've never heard of Christianity on a website called the Joshua Project in high school, an idea began taking shape in Chow's mind. Maybe he could be the one to share the good news to them and save their souls. He later wrote, "The eternal lives of this tribe is at hand." At least that's what he seemed to think, since he also infamously referred to the island as the devil's last stronghold, which doesn't even make that much sense. I mean, there's still pagans a bit further east in the islands of Melanesia. This idea grew and grew until his goal in life was to live among the Sentinelese and convert them to his particular brand of evangelical Christianity. He even referred to this as his
brainwash them.
and in one of his final notes, he thanks God for choosing him to be his messenger, even before I was yet formed in my mother's womb. So he definitely had a sense of destiny, if you can call it that. Contrary to the popular misconception, he was not a Mormon. I know, it's a bit surprising, eh? Anyways, regardless, the guy was ready and willing to spend the rest of his life on the island. He even eschewed getting into relationships or having a full-time job because of it. Eventually, he even got in touch with a missionary organization named All Nations, based in Kansas City, Missouri, and went through missionary boot camp, which consisted of role-playing as missionaries and first contact
like a
with
couple
hostile
$1,000.
tribesmen, played by the staff of All Nations. As if there were any world where that could possibly
happen or fucking know how it's going to. Yeah, exactly.
Chow even learned Xhosa, a language spoken in
predict the
South
fucking
Africa, to
attitude or
communicate
fucking
with the Sentinelese, presumably based on his assumption that an African language would somehow be intelligible to them, because they're one of the last representatives of the first wave of humans to reach Asia from Africa in the Paleolithic. Although he did pick up a few words in more local languages. He even spent a whole summer studying linguistics here in British Columbia at the Canada Institute for Linguistics, so he could translate the Bible to them. But I mean, that's sort of a fool's errand. As we'll see, there have already been multiple instances of people trying to communicate with the Sentinelese using the language of their closest surviving relatives from some of the closest islands to them. And that hasn't worked, so I don't think Xhosa would cut it. And as he would eventually, and unfortunately, find out, the islanders didn't want an outsider imposing themselves onto their
Shooting arrows at him?
Chow traveled to Port Blair, the capital of the Andamans and its oldest city, in mid-October of 2018 with fellow missionaries. This was actually his 4th trip to the islands, the first being made in 2015. He spent the tense days leading up to his trip to North Sentinel lying low in a bungalow he referred to as a safe house in this handwritten journal he made that's since been released by All Nations at Chow's own request. It's an incredible but very sad document, and from here on out, it's our main source on what Chow was up to. In the safe house, he prepared by praying, exercising, reading, and gathering together his kit, which included picture cards and gifts for the Sentinelese, as he was trying to persuade local fishermen to take him over to the islands and was waiting out a cyclone. During this time, he went without direct sunlight for 11 days, but he finally found 5 fellow Christian fishermen that he wound up paying 25,000 rupees to, or about $350, for the privilege of being ferried to North Sentinel. By the way, the reason why he was lying low and had to pay the fishermen so much is because the Indian authorities strictly forbid travel anywhere within 5 nautical miles of North Sentinel Island, which we'll find out more about later. And to make matters even worse, he couldn't communicate with his escort because they didn't speak any English, and I guess he didn't speak any Hindi. He finally arrived off the island shores around 10:30 p.m. on November the 14th, which he said was thanks to God himself hiding us from the Coast Guard and many patrols. In the early hours of the morning the next day, he and 2 of the fishermen made their first foray onto the island. Chow specifies that they waded out into the shallows around the northern curve of a cove on the southwestern shore of the island, probably near a place now since called Allen Point, and they did so to stash Chow's collapsible kayak and some gifts for the Sentinelese. Addendum. Actually, as a quick correction, I saw the term Allen Point being used on a map of the island published in a book from 1990. So, in an incredibly dark twist of irony, the place where John Allen Chow was about to lose his life shared the same name as him. He remarked that the dead coral that the ground is made up of was extremely sharp. This coral used to be well underwater, but was uplifted by the 2004 Indian earthquake and forms a ring around the island. The wreckage of a ship, probably the MV Rosley, which was wrecked off the coast in the 70s, is said to lie right near here, on coral that's since been uplifted. So, hey, at least it wasn't rusty metal. I think this ruddy stain on Google Earth is what remains of it. But anyways, later that morning, Chow spotted and even hastily drew one of the sorts of lean-to huts that other expeditions to the island have documented. These temporary lean-tos are used as shelters that the islanders and other related Andamanese groups used during their hunting expeditions, and the fact that fires have been found in them, a detail which also seems to show up in Chow's drawing, might also point to them being the dwellings of specific families. And that hut is where Chow decided to focus all of his efforts. He and the fishermen waved his hands in a cloth to attract attention to themselves, but it was of no use. The fishermen were no longer willing to go any closer to the island than half a mile, so Chow retrieved his kayak in nothing but black underwear, which he thought would make the islanders more comfortable with him since they always go naked, and with nothing much more than a barracuda and half of a tuna, which he plopped on top of the kayak as he rowed towards the hut. When he was about 400 yards out, he began hearing some women chattering in the distance and passed some of the Sentinelese' characteristic dugout canoes, complete with outriggers. But it wasn't long before he met with some resistance. 2 armed men with 2 unstrung arrows each came rushing out, yelling. In one of the last entries from his journal, he describes how he began to panic slightly as the Sentinelese strung their arrows. So he threw the tuna at them and hollered, "My name is John, I love you, and Jesus loves you." He doesn't clarify whether he was using English or Xhosa, but either way, the Sentinelese obviously had no idea what he was screaming at them, and they kept coming. So after sliding the barracuda off the prow of the kayak, he turned and paddled like I never have in my life, back to the fisherman's boat, though he also collapsed and stashed the kayak somewhere in the reef again. Chow was frightened, but was mostly just disappointed that the Sentinelese hadn't accepted him straight away. But still determined, he returned yet again later that same day, a few hours later, and made landfall around the same hut on the southwestern coast, where he brought out gifts like scissors, cord, and safety pins, fishing line, hooks, and rubber hosing that he placed on top of a log that he thought must have been placed where it was by one of the Sentinelese. In addition to 2 groupers the fisherman had just caught in the island's waters, he also brought along an emergency kit, especially for arrow wounds, that included things like abdominal pads and forceps if he needed to ever extricate any arrowheads out of his flesh, picture cards for communicating, multi-tools, and of course, multivitamins, his passport, and a waterproof Bible like this one. He headed towards what he thought was a dilapidated or maybe even destroyed shelter along the northern end of the cove, hoping to encounter the Sentinelese again. But that area seemed pretty devoid of life, so he headed towards where he'd first encountered the islanders a few hours earlier, next to that hut. Interestingly, he theorized that maybe the dilapidated hut had been built by poachers, based on the fact that he saw numerous rocky coral that jut out of the cove having lines wrapped around them. Half a dozen of the 10 bewildered islanders in the hut began to shout, and when Chow tried in vain to repeat the phrases the Sentinelese seemed to be yelling at him, they just burst out laughing, so as he suspected, they were probably trash-talking him. One of the only clips of the Sentinelese speaking is of one of them screwing with a documentary crew in pretty much the same way, and then doing this. Anyways, carrying on. They also began yelling back into the forest, and Chow recounts hearing some kind of drumming from within it. Then he saw some guy wearing what seemed to be a white crown made of what he thought might have been flowers, shouting at him from atop the highest coral boulder in the area. In the meantime, he sang some worship songs and spoke some Kosa, which the Sentinelese seemed to tolerate for a moment in silence. At some point, he even used some phrases in Jarawa, spoken by some of the Sentinelese closest relatives on the island of South Andaman, which is actually pretty clever, and may have actually worked in the past, as we'll see, but nevertheless, they did not seem to understand them. 2 men did drop their bows and began approaching his kayak and their canoe, which they propelled through the water with poles. They initially ignored the gifts he'd set aside for them on the log, but quickly turned back to grab them. He noted that if they see something they like, they'll take it by force if necessary. I wonder how many other folks have given them something, and if they feel like it's expected or due them? By the way, he was right in thinking that. But regardless of Chow's gifts, the Sentinelese seemed to be reaching the limit of what they could tolerate, and things soon went south. He heard some more yelling as a boy and a young woman appeared behind the men who'd just received the gifts, with their bows drawn. Chow says, "I kept waving my hands to say no bows, but they didn't get the message, I guess." He tossed his last gift, what he describes as a shovel or adze, midway between him and the islanders, but even though the adze is the Sentinelese tool of choice, it didn't make much of an impact. Soon the Sentinelese had almost encircled him. One unarmed man blocked his exit. Another came forward with a knife, so he figured this was it, and decided that this would be the ideal time to start preaching from Genesis, and stepped out of his kayak to show that I too have legs, as if that's why they wanted him gone. At this point, one of the men was just mere inches from him, and he noticed that he had yellowish pigment in circles on his cheeks, which interestingly does mirror the practices of the Sentinelese closest relatives, the Ongis, and
Oh god. For sure, cycling isn't real.
Real quick, before we start, you're going to have a number of questions while watching this video, and 9 times out of 10, the answer to that question is either going to be technically or money. So I'm just going to reuse this clip every time that comes up. So let's get into it. But again, remember, it's always technically or money. Hello. I'm wearing a lab coat that I stole from my sister who's a nurse, which explains why it's one size too small. The reason I'm pretending to look scientifically qualified is because a few weeks ago, I set out to make a simple video about the history of reducing, reusing, and recycling. But the more reports I read, videos I watched, and red yarn I purchased, the more I realized this is a deeply complicated issue. But surely the title is clickbait. I mean, recycling obviously exists, right? Technically? But the reason it's such a mess is due to the very material that popularized recycling in the first place. Plastic. Plastic is so interesting for all the wrong reasons. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that plastic waste is a problem, but the way we got here, and the reason you view it the way you do, is the direct result of decades of misleading claims, unrealistic promises, and propaganda from big plastic. That's a real thing. I'm telling you right now, this one's gonna be a bummer.
A bummer.
like chemistry because it's the one science you can't see, and because I have the reasoning ability of a 12-year-old boy, if I can't see a thing, I tend to believe it's not real. We all know that plastic is made from oil, yet none of us know how. Prior to writing this, I couldn't even imagine how that works. As far as I can understand, when you extract oil from the ground and you refine it, the product that you're looking for is called methane. It's the primary gas that your stoves use. We burn it for like energy and stuff. It's really valuable. But one thing you get when trying to get methane is its less popular brother, ethane. And this is a byproduct of the process. Ethane is gonna be there whether you like it or not. And for a while, that's just the way that ethane was seen. It's just one of the things that you get when you're digging up oil. But in the late 1800s, it was discovered that you could use it to make this weird
it's not a
substance.
good
It was
video,
this white,
dog.
waxy material discovered by
Boring ass educational videos, man.
Reaching from Genesis, and stepped out of his kayak to show that I too have legs, as if that's why they wanted him gone.
have legs.
At this point, one of the men was just mere inches from him, and he noticed that he had yellowish pigment in circles on his cheeks, which interestingly does mirror the practices of the Sentinelese closest relatives, the Ongis, and matches 19th century descriptions
Ongi
of
language,
the
and-
Sentinelese themselves. But then, the next thing he knew, a boy he estimated to be about 10 years old had shot an arrow right into his Bible, which he was holding over his chest. Chow saw that the arrowhead was metal, thin, but very sharp, which matches how arrows fired at Indian officials in the 80s were described as needle-like and made of iron. Chow wrote, I stumbled back and I recall yelling at the kid for shooting me, but he decided to ignore the obvious and put an optimistic spin on things. Now as I look back at it, my Bible cover looks like bark, like tree bark, so maybe he was just curious, but yikes, it just gave me a fright. But he still couldn't escape feeling crushed. In one of his final messages, he wrote, I've never felt this much grief or sorrow. Why? In all caps. Why did a little kid have to shoot me today? His high-pitched voice still lingers in my head. He even theorized that the Sentinelese hostility arose from ancestral memories of escaping from some slave ship. And without thinking, Chow tossed the arrowhead back to the kid, which he later regretfully wrote about. But as they've done in the past with others, the Sentinelese let him off with a warning yet again, and left him alone as they let him swim the mile or so to the fisherman's boat, since they did decide to impound his kayak. As he was watching the sunset, he wrote, wondering if it'll be the last sunset I see before being in the place where the sun never sets. Why does this beautiful place have to have so much death? I hope this isn't one of my last notes, but if it is, to God be the glory. He was last seen alive by the fisherman the next day. He decided to be dropped off alone near one of the caches he'd made, and from there he'd walk down the beach to the same hut he'd just come from. He deliberately decided to meet the Sentinelese without the fisherman's boat nearby, and wrote that he only intended for them to return the following night, because he thought that maybe the presence of the boat was spooking the Sentinelese. He even mentioned how he knew of a fellow missionary who'd successfully met with one of the Sentinelese relatives, the Jarawa, with no boat nearby. But he had another reason for this. If he was killed, then at least the fisherman wouldn't have to bear witness to it. Apparently those 2 points made him feel at peace with the whole plan. The following morning, Chow would launch his third and final attempt at approaching the islanders after writing a final 3-page journal entry in pencil, mostly consisting of farewell messages to his family and friends, writing, "You guys might think I'm crazy in all this, but I think it's worth it to declare Jesus' name. Please do not be angry with them or at God, and that the eternal lives of this tribe is at hand, and I can't wait to see them around the throne." A day or so later, after returning from their normal fishing routine, the fishermen complicit in illegally ferrying Chow to the island watched as his lifeless body was dragged along the beach with a rope and buried, according to an email sent by a fellow missionary to Chow's mother. He was never to be seen again. The Indian authorities have since prosecuted 7 people involved in this, but the question over what, if anything, should be done for Chow's remains still lingers. A helicopter was sent to assess the situation on the 20th of November, and on the 24th, a boat filled with local policemen came to the site of Chow's death, hoping to procure the body. They wisely maintained a distance of some 400 meters away from the beach, where they stared down the Sentinelese in a tense standoff. Nothing more was done, and frankly, it should probably stay that way. A murder case was opened, but that's understandably been heavily criticized, and it's not like any of the Sentinelese are ever going to be arrested for this, and Chow himself wrote, "Don't retrieve my body." Different people have reacted to Chow's failed mission in wildly different ways. Some of his fellow missionaries praise him as a martyr, and most others call him an idiot. But I personally don't think he's either. I do truly admire that he was so committed to his dream and to serving something bigger than himself, that he was willing to and did perish for it. But at the same time, his very presence on the island put the people he was trying to help in mortal danger. Admittedly, he was vaccinated for 13 different illnesses and quarantined himself before going to the island, but who knows what pathogens he could have and maybe did unwittingly transfer to them. As we'll see, their relatives on the larger and more populous Andamans were completely decimated by horrible diseases unwittingly brought by the British, and some may have even already gotten to the island. So these people have no immunity to diseases we don't even think about anymore. But the main flaw with Chow's idea was just the fact that he didn't do his research. I mean, he did research. He compiled a giant dossier on his plans to ingratiate himself with the Sentinelese, complete with a map of safe landing sites. But he just chose to ignore so many aspects of the island's historical context. First, the islanders have never allowed outsiders to stay on their island without either A, melting into the island's dense jungle interior to wait for the right moment to strike, or B, immediately confronting the trespasser with a hail of arrows. Though for a brief period in the early 90s, that wasn't the case, and there was some friendly contact between outside parties and the Sentinelese, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. And the one time a British colonial official named Maurice Vidal Portman was able to force his way into the interior without an immediate response in 1880, he forcibly abducted an elderly couple and some children. You know what happened to those Sentinelese that Portman kidnapped? The 2 elderly people sickened rapidly and died, and it's possible that Portman abused the children in the worst way possible. When Indian authorities again penetrated into the island's interior in 1967, some of its less scrupulous members raided the abandoned village they came across for souvenirs, and there's even evidence that the Sentinelese were the last recipients of a syphilis epidemic that ravaged across the islands in the 1880s. But we don't know who spread it or how. Was it the British? Was it contact with other Andamanese people infected by the British? Or maybe it was the Malay pirates that were accustomed to raiding the Andamans for slaves. And it's very possible that, just as Chow observed himself, the Sentinelese may still have to deal with the occasional unsavory poacher or smuggler from elsewhere in Southeast Asia. So though the untimely death of Chow is undoubtedly a tragedy, my point is, us outsiders have always left a bitter taste in the Sentinelese' mouths, and we always seem to go too far. So why should they expect anything different now? The Drunk Fisherman Incident of 2006.
Okay.
If you've heard anything else about North Sentinel Island besides the unfortunate fate of John Allen Chow, you've
Running
probably
hard like a
also
New York
heard
cop.
of the similar fates which befell 2 Indian fishermen who found themselves illegally fishing in the restricted waters surrounding the island, which unfortunately meant that they didn't see the end of January 2006. Back in
shit.
1956, the Indian government passed the Andaman and Nicobar Islands Protection of Aboriginal Tribes Act, which banned private visits to the island and forbid any boats from getting closer than 5 nautical miles from it, mostly to spare the Sentinelese from the contagious diseases
Please
we
like the
outsiders
video,
would
dogs.
inevitably transfer to them. Though that, of course, didn't stop official visits to them. But anyways, this exclusion zone is regularly patrolled by the Indian Navy and Coast Guard, at least ostensibly. Later on, we'll see that it's a bit more porous than it should be, and the same kind of small fishing boat these two fishermen were piloting had become a common sight off the island in the late 90s, with residents of nearby Port Blair looking to privately take part in dismantling the cargo ships rotting on the reefs there. But what happened to these two fishermen seems like a pretty clear sign that to the Sentinelese they were far from welcome. Sundar Raj and Pandit Tiwari were two ex-cons that somehow became friends in prison, despite going there for very different reasons. Raj had murdered his ex-wife, and Tiwari had been jailed for petty theft. After being released, they bought a fishing dinghy, using money reportedly dubiously siphoned off from the aid money sent to the islands after it was devastated by the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. A couple of years later, in January of 2006, the two men joined a convoy of ships fishing in the exclusion zone off North Sentinel, after setting off from nearby Wandoor. At some point, they reportedly got drunk on palm wine and fell asleep, and while they were unconscious, their boat began drifting towards the island. According to the other fishermen there that night, the two men were immediately encircled by a body of Sentinelese men armed with axes and were immediately killed, though possibly after escaping the boat and making a run for it. It's possible that the reason for this was that they aroused the Sentinelese anger by showing up unannounced,
Open up in life,
by
dude.
not offering
Holy.
them any gifts,
About
since
time.
every other friendly expedition to the island did so. And there's a good
I'm
chance
just watching a video about some fucking island that doesn't talk to anybody else.
Poachers that we don't know about, and we have no idea
North
how
Sentinel
that would have turned
Island.
out. But ultimately, we'll never know their exact motives, other than that these were
I was playing
intruders.
some Marin
They
earlier
didn't
about
belong
kind of got
on
bored
their
of it,
island.
not getting
There was at
anything I
least
wanted
one
to get.
attempted official gift dropping
Some
expedition
Mariner.
made in 2005, but it had also been a very long time since the last really friendly encounters between the Sentinelese and outsiders in the early 90s. One journalist also raised the possibility that, since there isn't actually any hard testimony from the other poachers there on account of them, being there illegally and being unwilling to share concrete testimony, and no autopsies being done on the bodies, that maybe the two men had drunk themselves to death before reaching shore. What exactly happened to the bodies is a bit
I need to
muddled
order a
because
large
different
pizza to get
secondary
fucking more
sources
calories
disagree
today.
about what exactly went down. The Sentinelese, for their
Apparently,
part,
my boss said I'm
definitely
looking
weren't
skinny,
happy
so
with
I gotta fucking
helicopters
start
that
eating
went
way
around
more.
to inspect the bodies. According to one source, the pilot reported that they were just 200 meters away and were attacking my helicopter with everything they had. Arrows were flying everywhere. So the helicopter had to temporarily
Nice. I gotta start eating more Big Macs and shit.
vacate the area. Once it came back, though, the bodies were nowhere to be seen. But the Sentinelese were still hanging around, and obviously still pretty annoyed, so the
There's some
helicopter
white
crew
fast.
drew the Sentinelese
30
away from the
minutes,
rough
yeah.
positions of the bodies by flying to the other end of the island. When they followed it there, the helicopter made a beeline back where it had first spotted the bodies and somehow rediscovered them when its rotors kicked up the sand the Sentinelese had buried them in. According to one source, one of the fishermen's bodies was actually recovered, while the other had to be abandoned. But a more recent academic source reveals that the most the authorities were able to do
okay,
was
let's
show
watch
the
this
photos of the bodies, which of course
No, yeah, tell him, Terrio. Yeah. Oh, Amazon makes Australia look like a joke. Oh, what the fuck's this algorithm, dude? What the fuck? Look at celebrate. Yeah. Leg beard pedophiles. What the fuck, dude? Thank you. What the fuck? How's that thumbnail, dude? Holy shit. Oh my god. Terrifying discoveries made by archaeologists.
I am sure you have all heard the question, what is the scariest animal? I mean, it is one of the greatest
A rhino with a gun.
at least in my opinion.
Kangaroo
And some of the
with
more
a gun,
common
right?
responses
Or a
to
tiger
this
with a
are
gun.
things such as snakes,
Or a
sharks,
snake with a gun.
spiders, crocs, bears,
Or a shark with a
etc.
laser beam
Now,
attached to its
these
freaking
answers
head.
are fair. They all can be quite scary. But really, statistically, there is only one true answer. And no, it's not mosquitoes. Rather, other humans. No animal causes ourselves as much pain as, well, ourselves. And every year, at least 475,000 people are killed by other humans. And mind you, this is not including war, car crashes, accidents, or the transmission of contagious diseases, which would then put the number in the many millions. And so not only can no other animal compare to this by numbers, but also not by brutality. Because without going into too much detail, I'm sure most of you already know how brutal humans can be. However, for as bad things can seem today, in some ways, I much prefer the present over the past. As back in the day, people could be quite, out of control. And there is no better evidence for this than real-life discoveries which document ancient human violence, which was in some cases so grim that it honestly makes horror movies look like sunshine and roses. And a decent place to start is about just the worst time you could have spawned as a human, the Neolithic, also known as the New Stone Age. It's hard to describe this period in one word, but whatever that word is, it's not a good one. And that largely was because of us, with violence and war being the name of the game back then. In fact, the violence was so bad that it might have resulted in a drastic drop in population that was severe enough to cause an actual genetic bottleneck. And due to this, you might be unsurprised to hear that we know of literally hundreds of mass burials and sites of brutal violence that all trace back to this period.
Finally,
Yet,
11 years,
like
12
everything,
years,
there were
finally got
levels to
3.
the strangeness, with
Go.
some sites being more plain, you know, a simple blunt force victim
Nobody likes
here
my
and there,
RuneScape
while
content,
others
so
make you
you might as
wanna
well
go,
watch these
what the
fucking
freak is
videos.
this? And one of the most horrifying sites yet was a place known as Herxheim. This archaeological site sits in the southwest of Germany. And it's
Germany, of course.
you wonder if it would be
Herxheim.
best if it was never discovered.
Definitely
as it
Germany.
contains the remains of a pretty grisly massacre, even by prehistoric standards. And is actually
Herxheim.
the largest ancient massacre site we know of, with there being at least
Shit.
1,000 slain individuals that have been chucked into a series of pits that surrounded a then large settlement. And based on a few of the more intact bodies found, it's been suggested that the dead have been offed by not one, but by a variety of different weapons. You know, gotta switch it up sometimes. But with stone axes in particular being quite prevalent, causing smashed skulls, broken limbs, and just in general, a whole lot of trauma. And let's just say, absolutely no mercy was shown to the victims, as men, women, children, and even newborns were amongst the dead. And something else that was pretty unusual and grotesque about this place was that in the pits of the deceased, researchers wound up finding victims that belonged not to just one group, but multiple. And these groups, in some cases, came from very different places, being from areas up to 310 kilometers or 500 miles away. And so this, along with the presence of the settlement, led to the horrifying notion that Herxheim wasn't some aftermath of a battlefield or just a raid on a village, but rather the center of a murderous cult, which rounded up captives from across great distances before then taking them here to be quote-unquote silenced, or perhaps sacrificed. And that alone should be enough to show the dark side of humanity. But the true nightmare involves what happened to these people after death, as the vast majority of skeletons were in abysmal states, being in pieces, charred, shattered, or cleaved, a sign that the killers had meticulously butchered, dismembered, and in some cases, freaking spit roasted these poor people. And all this might have been done for a feast. As across the bones, researchers found numerous signs of biting and gnawing, reflecting cannibalism on a scale never seen before. And some of the bones were even more gnawed than others, suggesting that in this cult, the killers also had their favorite parts of the body, so to speak. And sadly, we don't really need our imagination to imagine what parts those were, as we are quite certain that one of the most prized parts turned out to be the noggin, i.e. the brain, as the majority of skulls were treated in the exact same manner, being that they have been struck along the sagittal line, splitting faces, mandibles, and skull caps, creating symmetrical halves, with a few also clearly having been skinned as well. How lovely.
Dang.
And after eating the flesh off the heads and extracting the brain contents for a good source of daily fat, this cult would then take the vault of the skull and transform them into essentially skull cups, from which they would then drink, leading to another very pleasant idea that the victims were feasted upon while their killers drank from their literal skulls. Quite a horrifying thought, being eaten while someone uses your skull to quench their thirst. But with all this said, ultimately Herxheim was just one of numerous sites that demonstrated such behavior. But it definitely holds the crown when it comes to quantity and quality, so you can say. And you really won't find locations more brutal than this one. But you can definitely find acts that are almost as cruel and also very strange. Such as a discovery that was made in 2023, when a team stumbled upon a collection of dismembered body parts. Specifically, a dozen of hands that were unearthed within 3 separate pits. No bodies, just hands. Now, admittedly, it wasn't the first time specific bones were found in pits. But these ones were located in a rather odd place, where you wouldn't expect to find such a violent act. And where was that? Well, in front of a courtyard. And whose courtyard? Well, instead of a specific person, it belonged to a culture. In a sense. One that I'm sure you have all heard of, and at some point might have been very interested in, as it belonged to ancient Egyptians. Yup, it seems like these guys had a knack for hacking people's hands off, and then stuffing them into pits. Now, we were already aware of their affinity for this, based on certain hieroglyphs which have been discovered in the past, depicting people clearly collecting hands like some type of game achievement, but this find was the first case of researchers actually seeing the practice carried out in real life. Here's the thing though, severed hands are not exactly new. We've seen them happen in prehistoric cases of violence before, such as where a hand is lost in battle. Yet, this story's a bit stranger than simple violence, if you will. You see, the courtyard was situated right in front of a throne room, which belonged to the Hyksos dynasty, a rather well-known group that actually originated in the Levant, and ruled thousands of years ago, marking them as the first foreign rulers of Egypt, with this site explicitly being over 3,500 years old. And they are well known for having introduced a variety of cultures and new tech to the Egyptians, including, for example, chariots. And I guess taking hands is a part of this too. But they weren't just taken for the sake of taking. No, instead it seems like these severed hands were used as some sort of currency. And I don't know about you guys, but humans constructing a society where removing hands is rewarded with gold or service isn't necessarily a place I'm trying to time travel to visit for too long, or really at all. And so what archaeologists think happened is that soldiers would sever hands off the living or already dead enemies of their rulers, before making them look nice and pretty and presenting them.
Done for now, dogs. Nobody's even in here anyways. See